All right, y'all, let's get it. All right. We're going to go ahead and get right into it today. Call Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Right? That's all praises be unto Yahweh in the name of the Son Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. We are San Antonio Masada, and we are back on the Riverwalk yet again with yet another lesson to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to let you know that you are the real Israelites, the real children of God, the people that the Most High God sent an angel to lead out of captivity out of Egypt. Right. You are those people. And we are out here with a lesson to bid you to repentance and to implore you to return unto your God in light of the judgment that's coming upon the earth. Because some of y'all might not be aware of all the things that are going on, but we're going to give you a slight crash course through some of it. Whether it be the hundreds of thousands of jobs that are evaporating, whether it be ICE going all over the nation, right? Trapping up our people, whether you be Native, Hispanic, or black. Now it don't matter because they killing everybody. Hell, ICE killing so many people, now they killing white folks. See, now all of a sudden America talking about, oh, we need to rise up. Oh, because they killed a white man? Because when we was out here and they had killed that white woman, nobody cared. But now that they killing white men, all of a sudden, hey, we got to come together. See, when they say we, they act as if we are one body. But the only people who are part of a body are the Israelites and the man you call Christ. Right. Sister, you got time for the Bible today? Thou sayest. Let's see if a white man hit her upside the head. She's going to be like, hey, where you brothers at? Black Panthers, Brown Panthers, unite. See, again, the days are coming where that disrespect, it's going to disappear. Because you women, y'all are going to be highly sought after by this white devil out here. Y'all going to be locked in somebody's dungeon talking about it puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Y'all going to be in a pit somewhere asking for help. And see, the sad part is, most of you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women, y'all have been treated with kid gloves in this kingdom. You can see the videos all over social media. Y'all beating up cops, cussing them out, doing all sorts of felonious things, and yet they treat you with kid gloves. Right. But if you a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, if the police officer says pull over, that might be a death sentence to us. It don't take much for them to kill us. But in the days to come, y'all gonna get the same treatment we got. Read Micah chapter 7. But y'all, we gonna get into this lesson today. Today's lesson is more of a question than it is a title, right? Though we be members of the same body as Israelites, that same body is gonna cut off members in the time of trouble. And in the times that we live in right now, if you are wicked, you are risking being cut off. You believe in the Bible, sister? What tribe you come from in it, do you know?
I'm sorry?
Do you know what tribe you come from?
Tribe? No, I'm afraid I don't.
Is your father Native Hispanic?
I'm not Hispanic.
Are you black?
No.
What are you?
Filipino.
Oh, you know about the Ruta de la Plata? The Road of Silver, where the Spanish had our Filipino brothers in slavery? And how they were taking the Chinos or the Mexicans from Mexico to the Philippines?
Okay.
Yeah, it was a triangle trade. They were taking Mexicans there and taking Filipinos back. Now, the thing that had in common was that they were all Israelites, because those Filipinos that were being taken were the Negritos. Negritos, the little black people over in Malaysia. Yeah, the Asian man's not going to let his brother go into slavery, but he'll let somebody he hates go into slavery. We're out here to let blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians know that we are the children of the book. There's a reason why you can identify in your history that a slave trade occurred. All the Israelites in the Bible have the same curses on them. It's in Deuteronomy 28. If you got time, sister, we're out here every Saturday from about 4 p.m. to 7. And we just let blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians know that we are the Israelites, all right? Keep God's laws, all right, sister? See, and that's why I try to tell our people, you got to know who we are all around the earth. Right? Over in the Philippines, you got the how do you say it? It's like Batak, but there's a preface to their name because there's two sorts of Batak people, right? And it's like Palamena or something like that. Look it up for me real quick. There's the Toba and the Palamena. right? See, our people, more times than not, we don't know of these different tribes all over the earth. Now just put Batak, B-A-T-A-K. So the Batak people are a group of closely related Austronesian ethnic groups. Now, when you see that word Austronesian, that stands for black people that lives on islands. That's why you had the, what was that group of people you sent me? The Chagonians. They were basically African freed slaves mixed with East Indian peoples who had fled to islands who were later re-enslaved by the British. I'm good. Right? But you have our people scattered all over the earth. But the thing that ties us together are the curses. Right. The curses are what tie us together. That's why knowing the history that extends beyond the borders of America is fortuitous to you as an Israelite. Because that enables you to talk to people that ordinarily would never talk to you. And it's awesome. Yeah, we're saying that the white man's going into slavery. Thumbs up. Yep, it's going on that one. Give me Revelations 13:9. Give me Revelations 13:9. I want to prove to them that Jesus Christ said that those who lead into captivity shall go into captivity. And instead of staying and hearing the answer, they run like they always do.
Revelations chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So, what happened, Mr. or Mrs. White Woman? It's hard to tell y'all from your man. I'm be honest. Y'all look very androgynous. Right. But what happened to the thumbs up? What happened to the supportive gestures where you thought Jesus was going to say he loves everybody? Because those were the words of Christ. And Christ said, those who lead into slavery shall go into slavery. Again, most of y'all saying that you love Christ don't know the first thing about him. That's why you white folks especially love him. Because you think he's going to give you a pass for all the rape, robbery, and murder that you've done on this planet. And he's not going to do that. Y'all might want to read Isaiah 63, where he's covered in the blood of the Edomites. And that would be you. Right. See, again, in these last days, yes, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians have a lot to worry about from our enemies. How you doing, King? You an Israelite, man. Don't forget. Keep God's laws. Oh, of course we the original. The whole world want to be like us. Oh, they hate us, but they love everything about us. But that .1 or that .01, they fit a lot of hate into that, brother. They fit the whole transatlantic slave trade, Silk Road slave trade, Indian Ocean slave trade, and many slave trades in between. Right. See, again, most of y'all don't even know what's going on in Greenland. Most of y'all don't even realize the Inuit people, they're directly related to the Native American here in the mainland of America. And guess who enslaved them? The same filthy, lice-infected crack over here. Enslaved them. Same way. On cargo slave ships. And they talking about in Greenland the people want to stand up against America. What do you mean? Only 10% of you are in opposition because that constitutes the so-called white population in Greenland. Right. The majority of the people don't have a hat thrown into the circle. They don't care either way because it's one oppressor versus another. And they all act the same. You do. As you walk up and down stolen land. As you shove our people in cages at the border. You all act the same. And the white woman ought to look up the Casual Killing Act. See, they had to pass literal laws because she was murdering black babies in the crib. Because the babies were sired by her cracker slave husband. Her slave master husband. And she couldn't take it. She was too jealous. Because the most barren woman on the planet is the white woman. Which begs the question why you blacks and Hispanics keep wanting to get with her. If y'all knew her bathing routine, you'd probably puke. They put soap on their head, let it run down the rest of their body, and that's it. And it's every about 5 days to 7 days. So they wash their body like you changed the oil in your car. But yet, we seem to be fixed on them for some reason. I don't understand. Give me Job 30. Yeah, after some intense mileage, all of a sudden they want to wash their hair and that's it. Makes no sense. Start at 1.
Job chapter 30, verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
So the people who dwelled in the caves of the valleys and the rocks are the same people who say they hail from the Indus Valley.
Right.
Who say they hail from the caves, the Caucasian. See, that would be the so-called white man, who Job would have disdained to dwell with the dogs of his flock. I wonder why. Because when you think of bestiality, whose face appears? The so-called white man's face. When you think of pedophilia, whose face appears? The so-called white man's face.
Right.
See, that's why in Hebrews 12 and 16, it says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. No one does it worse, and no one does it more egregiously. But we're going to get on our lesson today. So we had some lice attractors in the area. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so we have to delouse the area, you know what I'm saying, and clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to tell you, you bring these scriptures out, the devil will flee from you. See, and again, devil means deceiver. Most of y'all think the devil is some red nigga with a pitchfork poking you in the ass while he's enjoying hell for some reason. I thought hell was supposed to be bad for everybody.
Right.
And he's got a throne that he sits on with 9 levels to it, like he lives in a big-ass mansion. See, most of y'all believe the mythos that you've been told about hell because the white man knows that he's the bringer of it. Hell in Hebrew just means Sheol, means the grave. He brings the grave with him wherever he goes. Why do you think? You can name a country that he has set his foot in, and I can name a list of genocides.
The red devil with the pitchfork.
Yeah, he's literally the red devil with the pitchfork. And see, I noticed we had a couple of black and Hispanic folk, mainly Hispanic, walk by, and they didn't want to look at us.
Right.
But see, the thing is, whether you choose Team Israelite or you choose Team Heathen, it don't matter. You're going to have to choose one way or another. And you pretending like this word ain't going out ain't going to do nothing for you. But, brother, go ahead and get me Deuteronomy 18 and 18 through 20. Because we are all joined unto one body as Israelites. But that body starts from the head down. And the question is, who's the head of that body?
Right.
Let's figure that out real quick.
That's the point.
Yes, sir.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18. I will raise down up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die.
So here in Deuteronomy 18, 18 through 20, we have a prophet, not mentioned by name, but mentioned by prophecy. And this prophet would be made like unto Moses. And he would be the one prophet you would be required as an Israelite to believe on. Otherwise, it will be required of you for your disbelief. Most of our people... It's too early, man. It's too early for that, man. The thing fully charged. But most of our people don't understand that you have to believe on Christ as the scriptures write about him. How you doing, King? Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Right? I know it's cold, man, so we going to keep it brief. I'm sorry? Damn, okay. Well, let's get this real quick. You keeping them commandments, King? Trying to? Let's get one real quick.
Come on.
All right, give me your body's the temple of God. It should be in there. In 6. Yo here. Yeah, I believe it's 6 or 3. This is 1 Corinthians 6 and 19. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own, for ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. So your body belongs to the Most High God. That's why I had to ask the brother, are you keeping the commandments? Now let's get the other 1 and 3. Get me 3 and 16. Because I mean no offense to the brother, but I noticed he was vaping as he walked up. And I'm going to tell you, the Most High God, he doesn't take kindly to us poisoning our temples. Right?
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
All right, brother, so no more vaping. No more vaping, brother. Take care, man. Right? And we say this out of love to our people, because I don't want to see my brother with lung cancer. I don't want to see my brother with emphysema. I want my brother to live a long, prosperous life and be there for his grandchildren. See, a lot of times in the Bible, man, it highlights death in many different ways. And one of the ways that death is highlighted is by how a man departs. Did he depart in violence suddenly, his life cut short? Or did he pass away surrounded by his loved ones, able to give blessings down to his children? You don't get to see the latter very often. But when you see it, you realize that's the way I want to go.
Right.
I want to go with some semblance of structure so that those who come after me have something to live for. They have something to live towards. The sons of Jacob received their blessings, and those blessings have outlived them. But yet those blessings were integral to the way their lives played out.
Right.
So for our people, we just want to tell our people, hey, look, make it a point to keep your vessel clean and to keep the commandments. Don't eat pork. Don't smoke. Don't drink to the point where you're drunk. Honor the Most High God through honoring your body, the body that he gave you. Give me Proverbs 31 for our sister walking up from the tribe of Ephraim. Right? Because I just want to tell our sister, briefly, one way that she can be an honorable woman in the eyes of God. You got time for the Bible this week, sister? Just one?
I make my own time.
Okay, make time for this. 30 seconds.
Thank you.
That's a shame. We're going to read it anyway. Get me Proverbs 31 and 10.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
That's all we need. So if you're a trustworthy woman, a virtuous woman, you should be a tower against death unto your husband. You shouldn't be walking around as a beautiful woman in the prime of your youth talking about, I ain't got no man. See, again, and I'm kind of, referring to another time that we encountered that sister, right? Because she said that she ain't got no man. My question is, how is it that in a time where men have never been more single, you can't get one? But if I asked you, what's your favorite thing to cook? You're going to probably tell me something that you can put in the microwave. I like the Hungry Man with the chicken fried steak. Or I like lean cuisine. Yeah, shit, sometimes they go straight to the bargain bin, them Tostino pizzas. Shit, put your blood pressure in the sky and your body in the ground. But see, the thing is, if you're a virtuous woman, you're going to know what to feed your husband to keep him alive, not just to fill his stomach. You're going to know that when your husband wakes up in the morning, that's another opportunity for you as a woman to get closer to God. Because the head of your husband is Christ, and the head of Christ is God. And your head is the man. You ain't got to like it. It's what the Bible says. Now, I do find it odd that she says she ain't have time to read the Bible, but yet she got time to chill in her car. Again, our people don't realize you're only going to get so many opportunities to hear this Bible before we are no longer here. We don't want your number. We don't even want anything but your attention. Because if I ask you, what is God's name? Do you know? Because if you're calling God, God, then you're messed up. That's not God's name. Give me Malachi 2. Last verse. Because the Most High God is a great and mighty king, and his name is dreadful among the heathen. But if you're an Israelite, why don't you know his name? See, these are questions that our people never ask themselves, but they never stop to think, hey, should I call on the same God I don't listen to? They never stop and think about that. They think God has to listen to me. And the person who told you that is none other than the good old white man. He tells you that he's the closest thing to God. How does he tell you that? By showing you an image of a white Christ. See, again, that was a psychological tool used to enslave all of his victims. That's why if you didn't believe in his white Christ, he would burn you alive or literally crucify you. You call it lynching today. How you doing, kid? Got time for the Bible today? All right, man, be safe out here. See, again, that's why blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, you have to learn who you are. And through learning who you are, you're going to learn who your enemies are. And if you read Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, you would quickly see there's going to be a visitation upon this place because of the creation of the idol known as so-called Jesus Christ. Because his name is Hamashiach Yahweh, his real Hebrew name. But let's get back on this lesson, right? Brother, can you get me... No, get that real quick.
Malachi chapter 2, verse 17. Ye have wearied the Lord with your words, yet ye say, wherein have we wearied him? When ye say, every one that doeth evil is good in the sight of the Lord, and he delighteth in them. Or where is the God of judgment?
Or is it the last in Malachi? Because it should say his name is dreadful.
It's Malachi chapter 1, verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth, and sacrificeth unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen.
So the Most High God's real name is dreadful among the heathen. So the real question is, if everybody's able to call on so-called God, what is his name? See, and that's why when you read throughout the Bible, you see many titles. The KJV calls him Jehovah, Jehovah Jireh, all types of names. But if everybody can freely say those names, what's God's real name? His name is Yahweh, Yahweh, and it means he who exists. But the question is, why are you told different? But most of our people don't consider, and you know what? If you don't consider, neither do I. But let's keep going. Brother, can you get me 1 Corinthians 11 and 3? Because just as we read in Deuteronomy 18, there's going to be a prophet that we're required to believe in. But let's get a little closer to the identity of this person in 1 Corinthians 11 and 3.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
So the head of every man is Christ. And if Christ is the cornerstone of the Israelites, y'all got time for the Bible today? You sisters got time for the Bible today? All right, thou say. I have a question. What y'all think about all them black women getting fired from government jobs? What y'all think about that? It's sad. How long you think till you're going to need your man again? How long do you think until you need black men again? Do you? So how are you a virtuous woman to your man? How are you a virtuous woman to your man? I assume the black woman is single because you're the most unmarried woman on the planet. That help you? Again, the black woman acts like she's the most marriageable woman. You can't cook. You shake your ass naked in broad daylight. And then you got horse hair on your head. And got the nerve to assume that we think you're supposed to be married. Again, the most unmarried woman on the planet who couldn't even say hello to her brothers, by the way. The same brothers, if you got caught up, you would expect us to help you. I got news for you, black woman. You're on your own. You got your wish. You wanted to be free. You wanted to be independent. Well, Miss INDEPENDT, you're independent. Get ready to face Jacob's trouble all on your own. What's that song? On my own. All that bullshit, you're going to be on your own. See, and again, instead of just talking with us, all of a sudden it's adversarial. I'm not your adversary. No, I'm the farthest thing from it. I'm the one trying to tell you to come back to your God. But see, the black woman views the black man as her competition. Well, I'm going to tell you, sister, you're not even close. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to hand you a pickle jar and let you see you work it out. I'm going to give you all your groceries that you got from the store. Get them up the stairs by yourself. If you can't do the simplest things, how the hell are you going to compete with your man when it comes to manhood? Because manhood is not just physical acts. It's how a man has to live and navigate life. And the black woman has been clamoring to take the black man's place, only to fall apart at the starting line. That's why now you got all these black women on social media talking about it's not fair that we're being fired from these jobs. Well, what do you mean? You were only brought in to replace your man after the white man fired him from him.
Right.
You were the stopgap measure until the white man could put you back in slavery completely.
Is it this? We gonna close that. They're down there. I got it. Now they're below the Bible cover, right there. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and replace them. Hey. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Stop.
Test. Hopefully that stops happening. But get me Micah 7 real quick. See, again, we're just out here to let our sisters know, right? That there's going to come a time where you're going to call upon God. And the Most High God is going to answer you by saying, hey, I sent you a man to protect you. See, again, the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman don't understand the closest thing to God you will ever get is a man. How do I know that? Because the head of Christ is God, and the head of the man is Christ. And the head of every woman is the man. You don't have to like it, but that's how God made it. Micah 7, go down to 21. Go. She that is my enemy. 10.
Micah chapter 7, verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. In the day that thy walls are to be built, in that day shall the decree be far removed. In that day also he shall come even to thee from Assyria, and from the fortified cities.
Right. So the women of Israel, they're going to get a hearty lesson. A lesson that's going to redefine their outlook toward their own people and toward their children. You're going to be reminded that you need your man for protection. You're going to be reminded that you need family for security, not your ambitions and your goals, not your job, not your doctorate or your college degree. See, again, that's why I knew it would strike a nerve if I simply asked about a job, because the black and Hispanic woman thinks that their job replaces a man. Meanwhile, they hug their pillow at night and cry themselves to sleep. Talking about how come it's never me? How come I can't get married? Because you're unlikable, unlovable.
Out of the job of the government assistance.
Yeah, now that these jobs are being pulled and government assistance is starting to evaporate, all of a sudden it's reminding you, oh yeah, I'm supposed to get a family. Damn, I forgot about that. But see, that's why we are out here, to remind our sisters. See, again, all we do is we sprinkle seeds. I don't give a fuck about how you respond. Because life is going to show you what we're saying is happening all over the earth. And eventually it's going to affect you. And you walking around with your horsehair ain't going to be a thing because you won't be able to afford it.
Right?
See, and that's coming real soon. And I'm not sure. I think some white man over there keeps waving at us. He's done it twice. I'm not sure why he keeps doing it.
Trying to be noticed.
Trying to get a new boyfriend? I don't know. We don't swing that way, sir.
Or even the fact that they might not be able to afford it, but they're not going to want to be putting shit on to drag attention to them because they're going to be getting sought out, being mistreated and used up.
Yeah, in the days to come, you're not going to want attention. The days of you wanting to be, persona, most grata, you know what I'm saying? The most gratified person in the midst of everyone, you're not going to want that anymore. Because that means somebody's going to want to take you home with them, and it's not going to be by way of wooing you. It's going to be through force. See, again, and it's not the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man that you have to worry about primarily. It's going to be the same man that you've always relied on since slavery. The same man that you chose over your actual man. And we're going to get back to the lesson, but this needs to be talked about because one of the things that would happen during slavery is our woman would happily jump into the slave master's bed or his son's bed. She would happily do so. As a matter of fact, the Bible pegs the Black and Hispanic woman to a T.
Get me, they desired missions like donkeys. Missions like donkeys.
See, again, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman, her sexual appetite guides her to the extent that it has guided her to her destruction. But the book of Ezekiel, it details how she's like and what she's driven by. Yeah. See, again, we're not trying to just get on our sisters. But the thing is, we know you. We grew up beside you. We live in the same strata, socioeconomically, as you do.
Let me make sure it's not right.
So 23 and 20. Yeah, start at 19.
Nah, we'll just make
Ezekiel chapter 23, verse 19. Yet she multiplied her whoredoms and calling to remembrance the days of her youth, wherein she had played the harlot in the land of Egypt. For she doted upon their paramours, whose flesh is as the flesh of asses, and whose issue is like the issue of horses. Thus thou callest to remembrance the lewdness of thy youth, and bruising thy teats by the Egyptians for the paps of thy youth.
So like I said, our sisters willingly threw themselves at the slave masters. But here's the thing. This same hyperbolic speech is used to describe the Israelites, but also to describe our sisters while we're in bondage. See, again, they throw themselves in the bed of whoever has the most power and money. Got time for the Bible? See, again, the times are coming where the Black, Hispanic, and Native American family unit is going to be the difference between life and death. And for you women and children who don't have a man over you, you're going to be a vulnerable group without a hedge of protection. But, oh, and get me a, she who liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And then after that, we're going to get back on the lesson, because I think we're getting to the point where we should have some visitors. So, it's going to interrupt the lesson anyway. Oh, yeah, brother. So this brother believes in the bathroom. What's this? Just get that one.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
So she who liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. When it comes to black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women, it's all about having fun. How many, especially if you're an older man, if you've gotten into your 30s and 40s, you know you've been passed up by some sisters because you didn't have enough money to make their life a wonderland of adventure. You didn't have the ability to fly her out to a new location every other month. You didn't have the ability to go on vacation whenever you saw fit, but yet still have a bank account full of money. But we see here in 1 Timothy that she who liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And that's why we know our sisters at night, they hug their pillow, crying into it, going, how come I don't have a family? See, again, it's not personal. We're just trying to put you on the road so that you can gratify yourself through exercising your purpose. So I'm going to tell you, life feels a lot emptier when you're not living according to your purpose. And I can only imagine how purposeless life must be if you're living according to a job or living according to the whims of your slave master. Life must be pretty empty. But, brother, can you get me 1 Peter 2 and 3 through 10? Because the Bible describes the Israelites as lively stones used to build on the foundation that our Messiah started the building of. See, again, the head of the head is what constitutes the start of the body. And the body of Israel is comprised of Christ and the Israelites and no one else. Keep going.
Yes, sir.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 3. If so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of God, and precious. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices accepted to God by Jesus Christ. Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Sion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. Unto you therefore, which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner.
How you doing, Jacob?
Man, I love to stay and kick it. I gotta get my girl some food, bro.
Okay. You got time for one?
Let's hear it.
Just one? All right. You know what? Get me Deuteronomy. I believe it's 17. Give me that real quick. You go to church at all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me Acts 17 and 24 real quick.
Ooh-wee. I just want to show you real quick why going to church ain't necessarily the most expedient thing you should do. All right? Okay.
Acts chapter 17, verse 24. God that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
So God doesn't dwell in temples made with hands. Get me a place that God shall choose for the tithe. I'm going to show you. You're not even supposed to pay tithe in a church according to the Bible. Because the Most High God is supposed to designate a place for sacrifices and tithes. What place did he designate? The temple. So if there's no temple, how is your pastor collecting a tithe? And then you wonder why he pulls up in a Bentley and we pull up on the bus. Because you weren't supposed to be giving him the money anyway. See, again, sometimes if you just listen to God out the gate, there's a lot of suffering you don't have to go through. Right? You got it? Yep.
Yeah, you can get that.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 11. Then there shall be a place which the Lord your God shall choose to cause his name to dwell there. Thither shall ye bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings,
Your burnt offerings
and your sacrifices,
and your sacrifices
your tithes,
and your what?
your
One
tithes,
more time.
your
Keep
tithes,
going.
and the heave offering of your hand, and all your choice vows which ye vow unto the Lord.
Now, I have a question. If you ask your pastor about this one passage in the Bible, what do you think his response is going to be? Definitely ask him. And let us know what it is. All right, brother?
Definitely, it's good to see you. Good seeing you, brother.
Stay out here, man. Y'all keep me encouraged every single
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you have a YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, watch the video. We gonna put it up.
Okay, bet.
All right, brother. Be safe and be warm, man.
Most definitely. Y'all too, man.
All praises, all praise. See, again, this is why we out here. See, if we had read the Bible, T.D. Jakes wouldn't be a thing. He wouldn't have got swallowed up in the pulpit. See, most of our people, when we go to church, we notice there's a huge problem. How is that in the hood, especially when our people are already broke and poor? How is it that there's a church on every corner? And yet there's drive-bys, drug dealing, prostitution, all the cardinal sins that you would assume would only be in an area where there is no so-called God. But yet there's a church on every corner. How is it that this godly influence isn't quelling all of this wickedness? But if you were to read the Bible and see that God dwelleth not in temples made with hands, you would realize that the building is not the church that the Bible is talking about. As a matter of fact, most of you don't even realize the word church was not originally in the Bible. Can you look that up for me? The word church was not originally in the Bible. See, whenever you see that word church, you should replace it with assembly of Israelites, or assembly or congregation. See, again, that's why if our people were to have read the Bible, we would have bypassed a lot of these issues that we go through today. There you go.
The word church was not used in the original Greek New Testament, which instead used ecclesia, meaning a called out assembly or gathering of people. The term church only entered English translations much later, around 1556 through 1611, as a substitute for ecclesia. Ecclesia referred to a gathering, not a building, making this its modern translation as church historically and linguistically incorrect.
All praises.
So what you see through AI, literally giving you the definition of the word church, letting you know it originally was not in the Bible, and the word ecclesia was in its place, meaning the gathering of the people. Now, that's why our native brothers have it right, our Hispanic brothers. What do they call their church? The ecclesia. They have it right. But the thing is, though, if you don't understand that that means the gathering of the people, then you're going to be misled to believe that you should just, wherever a church is, that's where God should be. Not knowing that God is not in a building. He is in the temples of his people. Right? Get me 1 Corinthians 3 one more time. Because we are the temples of the Most High God. You know what I want? 3 and 16, or 6, yeah, 6.
It might be 16.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you?
Keep going.
If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
So God is not in the actual building. God is in his people. Again, that's why we have been chosen to represent the Most High God's excellency here on this earth. And when I say we, I mean blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, the real Israelites, the true children of God. So if you're calling yourself Jewish, Ashkenazi, all that nonsense, you might want to pick up a history book and learn that you're a convert. But, brother, can you get me... No, we didn't finish up 1 Peter.
Yeah, go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 8. A stone of stumbling, and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
Now, that goes right along with the prophecy of Hosea 1. Right. See, again, we were stripped of our name as Israelites, our heritage. And because we were stripped of it, we were estranged and alienated from the Commonwealth of Israel. But when Yahushua came, the name of the real Messiah, not Jesus Christ, but when Yahushua came and laid his life down for the Israelites, that's when we received our heritage back. You got time for the Bible, brother? All right. Be safe, brother. See, that's why we're out here, to let our people know you've been estranged from the Commonwealth of Israel. But now it's time to return to the body and to reassume the office of your member, whether you be a finger, a foot, toe, whatever you might be. How does that translate to today? Some of us are meant to be evangelists, some of us prophets, some of us healers, some of us scholars, etc., etc. But whatever your office might be, it is incumbent upon you to fulfill it. Otherwise, you will be required in the day of judgment. See, again, that day of judgment draws closer and closer. And most of our people, and when I say our people, I mean blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they delude themselves into believing that somehow America's going to bounce back. This place is circling the drain, and it can't be destroyed soon enough. And I love the way Donald Trump is moving. He is literally challenging everybody. That is the most surefire way for a bully to get his ass kicked. Challenge everybody all he wants. But you know what? 4 more years. I hope they give him the first lifetime presidential term. Serve till you die. How you doing, sister? Are you Native Hispanic? Yeah, you are. You're an Israelite, sister. Keep God's commandments. All right, you a princess. You special. How you doing? See, again, that's why we can't wait till this place get destroyed. Because the same way that they raped and robbed and murdered us is the same way the rest of the world's going to destroy America. It's going to be quick and sudden. But we're going to go ahead and get back on this lesson. Right, what we just read in 1 Peter chapter 2 and 3 through 10, the Israelites are likened unto lively stones. But it likens Christ unto a cornerstone. To anyone who's involved in building houses or architecture in general, there is a point where you begin building. And that is the cornerstone point. That is essentially your true north for that architectural structure. Yahushua is the so-called true north for the body of Israel. And see, that is why he is the one prophet that we must believe in. Otherwise, it will be required of us. Right. That's why we have to remind our people continuously that belief in Christ is a work. Right? But, brother, can you get me John 12 and 23 through 26? Right? Because he died that we might live. When I say we, I mean the Israelites. Got it? All praise.
John chapter 12, verse 23. And Jesus answered them, saying, The hour is come, that the Son of Man should be glorified. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it, and unto life eternal. If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor.
So Yahushua likens his death to the death of a kernel of corn. When you plant a seed or you plant a corn kernel to grow a whole new corn stalk, that kernel has to die first before it can spring up new life. And that's exactly the metaphor that Christ uses for himself. He had to die so that the body of Israel might live. Give me Caiaphas in the Bible, right? Because Caiaphas prophesied that it's more expedient for one man to die so the whole nation perish not. You believe in the Bible, Elder? All right, figured I'd talk to you because you amble it about, but it's cool. See, ain't nobody gonna say I was a watchman who didn't reach out to you. Because Because if you got questions about this Bible, this is a good spot to get them answered. Go ahead and get it.
John chapter 11, verse 49. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not.
So it was well known even among the Pharisees, although some didn't believe, but a lot of them did. But the man called Christ had to die so the whole nation didn't die and perish. How you doing, sister? Got time for the Bible? Gotta ask. Keep God's commandments, sister. It's gonna matter. See, again, and just like our Lord and Master, Yahushua, because again, you know, it's redundant to say Lord and Master because considering the word Lord means master. But our Lord and Master, Yahushua, set the example for his servants.
Right.
And a servant is not greater than his master. So the same way our master was willing to lay his life down for the preservation of his people, we are willing to lay our lives down for the preservation of our people. And I'm going to tell you, in these coming days, that is the type of faith that will be required of you in order to be found acceptable. You cannot do anything else. That's why Christ let you know directly, those who seek to save their life shall lose it. And those who are willing to lay it down and lose it shall save it. They're going to find their life. Because if you understand the extent of the Most High God's power, death does not deliver you from his hand. And if you truly understood the limits of his power, you would know that there are no limits.
Right.
All of reality is his to command, his to control, including life and death. And if we be subject unto life and death, who are we to speak in opposition to the power that is superior to life and death?
Right.
It's cold as hell out here.
My hands is numb, bro. Damn.
It's hard to focus with this cold, this cold, man. It's hard. But brother, go ahead and get me Isaiah 53 and 5 through 12. Right? Because all of Israel is going to be reconciled through the blood of Yahushua. See, again, that's why the world wants to say, oh no, we can all come, you know, and be Israelites now, spiritual Israel. You know, we're the new church. We're the new gathering. See, again, that's why our people not knowing the meaning of these terms, that has given the heathen so much wiggle room to come in and try to steal your heritage. But see, they might have stolen it from you, but they didn't steal it from God. Because God is the one who gave it to you. Think of it like this. If you wrote a letter and you sent it to somebody and their neighbor stole the letter, cashed the check that was in it, if you found out about it, when you prosecute, yeah, you would. Just simply because they said, hey, it says to all that this may concern, to whom this may concern. But it was addressed to a specific address and a specific person. They can't all of a sudden just go, ooh, I'm part of all who it may concern, because the letter was never sent to them. But me as the letter, or the author of the letter, I'm not going to let it slide that somebody stole my work, my penmanship, stole my message to whoever I was sending it to. I'm not going to take that lightly. How much more the Most High God? And isn't it a felony here in America to tamper with somebody's mail and to steal their letters, their packages? It is. It's a felony. Some of y'all literally stealing packages off of people's doorsteps every other week. Don't even realize that America sees that as a felony. But yet, y'all don't think God takes or has this message that he gave to the Israelites held in high regard. Yeah, just because you want to be part of something doesn't mean you get to be part of it. How many of y'all want to win the lotto? Ain't even got close to winning it. Can't even win over $1,000. How many of y'all wanted to play pro ball when you were in high school? Didn't even have a jump shot to speak of. Didn't stop you from wanting it. Couldn't even make JV. So what about you wanting to be an Israelite and you're a heathen? That's nice for you, but it ain't going to make a difference. But
Couldn't even make the practice squad.
yeah, can't even make damn practice squad over here talking about, oh shit, I'm going to be an Israelite. But yeah, that Isaiah 53, you got it?
Yeah, 5 to 12. Yes, sir.
Isaiah chapter 53, verse 5. But he also wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of us all.
So all of Israel has gone away backward. And like lost sheep, we all had to be found and reconciled and returned. That is what Yahweh's mission is and was in the past. It has never changed. That's why we consistently have to deal with the message that some way, somehow, Christ came for everybody. When nowhere in the Bible does it say Christ was sent for everyone. Albeit it does say he was sent for all Israel. But if you don't understand the terminology that's being used in the Bible and how it has been turned against you as an ignorant inhabitant of America who doesn't speak Old English, because most of the time people are coming out of the KJV, or sometimes they read the NIV or any of these newer translations, and they're based off of the KJV. But see, the reality is, none of the versions say that Christ came for everybody. All of them say the same thing. He came for the Israelites, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And here in Isaiah 53, we see that we all have gone away backward and become lost. So that means that we have to be found. And the Most High God sent someone to be our shepherd. Let's read more about it.
Isaiah 53, verse 7. He was oppressed, and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before his shearers is dumb. So he openeth not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people was he stricken. And he made his grave, with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was there any deceit in his mouth.
We got a little bit more left. But when you look in verse 8, it says that he was cut off from the land of the living for the transgression of my people. Who is my people?
What is that scripture? My people. Just search my people.
And I'm going to tell you, you can search the term my people Israel, and throughout the Old Testament, you'll get at least 3-4 hits. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. We'll use that as an example. That's perfect.
It's Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God.
So in Ezekiel, we have an example of Israel being called God's people, and they're going to lay their hands on Edom, or the so-called white man, right, for God's vengeance. That's how the Most High God is going to take vengeance on these heathen, by the hands of his people. See, again, that's why when the term my people or God's people or God's chosen, you need to know what it's talking about. But if you don't understand what it's talking about, that leaves room for people to come in and claim to be amongst that people. Again, it's not to say that, oh man, our people are so dumb and misled, because we were all sometimes foolish. We were all sometimes misled. But now that this information has become common, because brothers like us are everywhere, this information is common. You have no excuse anymore to believe that you are either part of God's congregation or not part of God's congregation. It is being made very plain out here who is an Israelite and who is not. But brother, let's keep going and finish that Isaiah 53 out.
Nah, my hands are cold. What's going on? Is that her?
Isaiah chapter 53, verse 10. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He hath put him to grief, when thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin. He shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see of the travail of his soul, and shall be satisfied by his knowledge. Shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors.
So, how y'all doing today? How you doing, sister?
What's up now?
All right. My name is Haya L.
I'm Rochelle.
Rochelle,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
how y'all doing?
We've been trying to get with y'all for about a month.
How you doing? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so have you heard of the Hebrew Israelites at all? Okay, cool. If y'all want to have a seat, or if you want to stand, it's up to you. But, so what tribe do you come from in the Bible, sister?
What was it? I forget.
Could be either Levi or Judah, depending on who your father is.
Okay, so your father's a
I'm
so-called
Creole.
black man?
I'm a Creole.
Creole. Likely Levi. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Creole.
Are you a stickler for rules and stuff like that? You like things done in order, and if they're not done in
I'm a
order?
Virgo, so yeah, it gotta be organized.
Okay, yeah, that's Levi. Yeah, because if you got a Levite around, they be nitpicking and stuff, and it gets annoying real quick. But, so we're out here to let the real Israelites know what it means not only to be an Israelite, but what we should be doing as the Israelites, right? Give me Deuteronomy 6 and 25, right?
Brothers Issachar.
Issachar? Your father's Mexican?
Yes, sir.
All right, that would be Issachar, all right? 6 and 25. So I want to show you what righteousness is before we go any further, because if we're going to try to be righteous in the eyes of God, we have to understand what righteousness is, right?
It's Deuteronomy 6, verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
Right. So righteousness in the eyes of God is keeping his commandments. Now, obviously you have children, right? If you tell your children to do something and they don't listen, what are you going to do in response to that? Well, here's the thing. What you said is what God does to his children.
He whoop our ass.
So how does God whoop the ass of an entire nation?
We
Give me
suffer.
Deuteronomy 28.
We suffer. We go through our trials and tribulations because of our consequences of our actions.
That's right.
That's right.
Now, what if I told you those consequences are written in the Bible? Have you read them before, Deuteronomy 28?
I've read a lot, but I'm not every day.
Okay.
So,
Okay, well, let's get it. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 1 and then 28 and 15.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1.
look, you gotta stop talking like that. you just talk normal like you do on a regular.
I got to speak out, made it heard.
Okay, go ahead.
It says Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right? So you just heard it, right? It's the same thing with your children. If they make good grades, they're listening to you, they're doing everything you expect of them, then you're going to give them gifts. You're going to do everything that you can to show, hey, I appreciate you obeying my voice, obeying my words.
I was gonna say, so you don't got an iPhone 16, you don't got game
Uh-oh.
consoles, you don't got a TV sitting on your top bunk bed just for you, you don't got your own
That's
your own
spiritual.
bed.
That's how God talked to us.
Look, you don't have lights and hot water, you don't have a roof over your head, I don't take care of you. Since you over there like this.
I wouldn't fight that one, Kate. Let that go.
Got a nice sweater.
Go ahead, say something.
Got a nice fit.
Okay, all praises. That's good. Now, I want to show you, because it just told us that if we keep God's commandments, he'll set us above every nation on the planet. But what if we break his commandments?
Gonna knock us down.
That's right. Let's read it.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right? So curses are going to come upon us and overtake us. What type of curses do you think that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are under?
Right now, I'm gonna be honest. Like the Tower of Babel, they tried to reach the heavens. God told them stop. They didn't listen. We enslaved our own people in the beginning of time. We worked with the white man to hurt under, why do you think we always in the hood, ghetto? We ain't got, we're impoverished. We, you know, the white man has jurisdiction over us because we don't come together in unity and love. So we're incarcerated in the mother. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Enslaved in the mother.
So you said a handful of things. I'm going to go down each one of them. You said we hurt one another and sold each other out in the beginning. That's not quite true.
To a certain point.
I want to show you. Did you know that we're not African at all? So give me Ham out of this book. So that's one of the things that they have used. It fell right to it. All praises, right? But that's one of the things that they do in order to basically create the narrative that, hey, black people sold you and we just bought you, so it's not our fault. Check this out.
This is Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
That's all we need.
So the dark races that you're thinking of, like if you go to, say, Uganda, somebody who's in Uganda, if you say, hey, are you part of the Bantu speaking tribes? They can say yes or no, because the Negroes of Uganda are our people, but the average Ugandan is a Hamite. So I have a question. If you're living on a block and it's you and your family and then somebody else from outside your family moves in, do they have the same protections as your family does? No. So when we fled Rome, or we fled Israel from Roman persecution in 70 AD, we went throughout mainly North Africa, West Africa, and parts of East and South Africa. We went over the whole continent, but we had higher concentrations in North and West Africa. When we moved in, the African man did not want us there. Because the way that we keep our laws, we keep to ourselves, we keep our money within ourselves, and our culture within ourselves. Now, make it more modern. If you came up with a new dance today, and you tried to keep it private, wouldn't the white man kick your door down to learn what that dance is? And then he would demand, hey, teach me how to do the stanky leg.
Right. Teach me how to do
Yeah, teach me how to Dougie. You know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, we laugh, but it's true. Because when you try to keep your culture, he's like, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm the one who's going to sign your music contract. I'm the one you have to go through to get success here.
Right.
But that was the same thing when we were relocated throughout Africa, right? So they had a group of people who called themselves God's chosen, and we have a history of being at war with the Hamites. They did not want us there. So when the white man came a calling, they were like, well, shit, we got these black folks over here, come get them. Yeah, he got a Jeep. Yeah, he got a new car. Does it? Shalom. So we got more people coming up, but that's not going to stop the lesson, okay? But, so...
Educate, you know, you educated me as well. I know a lot of it, but I don't know everything. But
Yes, ma'am.
My babies too.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Especially that one, they think you know everything.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you, as a man, and I'm not going to call you a boy, you're a young man. You are the leader of your household. It goes God, Christ, the man, and then the woman. Right? So you need to know this Bible more than anybody.
Picking at your sisters and saying what they look funny in, that ain't me.
How you doing, King? But, so, we're going to go over some of these curses. Because you said that basically we're in the hoods and the ghettos, right? Give me verse 16.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 16. Curse shall not be in the city, and curse shall not be in the field.
So we're cursed in the city and we're cursed in the field. Do you live on the south side of San Antonio?
So I live in Devine.
Devon?
It's the South.
I moved out of I left
Okay, so-
Dallas. I left Dallas to move to Devine.
Okay. So if you are around here at night, the south side of San Antonio, I'm from...
I DoorDash too, so I be everywhere.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. You know there's people out here shooting. Somebody might let off a chopper, all that.
I'm
She's
from
from
New
New
Orleans.
Orleans, so
Yeah.
So I'm used
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you made it out. Because, I'm from Memphis, so I understand what it's like.
Memphis is my second home.
Okay.
It's nice. Summer in Atlantic Street.
All praises.
Okay then.
Again, I'm glad you made it out. But the Bible lets you know you're cursed in the city and in the field.
That's right.
Right? Get me verse 25 real quick.
How you doing, King?
Verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them,
Scatter.
and shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
So not only are we not able to come together, but when we do try to come together, we go before our enemies as the Black Panthers, the Brown Panthers, the Chicanos, united and strong, your Black Fist, right? And then we scatter. They killed a few people, and that was the end of the whole civil rights movement. Like roaches. And that's what the white man calls us, ironically enough, like roaches. But here's the curse in the Bible. But that's true. Because what is that? That's in Exodus 1. The more they smote us, the more we grew. Now, I'm going to make it palatable for your young children, right? In Dragon Ball, you know about Goku and Vegeta, right? When they get beat up, don't they get stronger?
Yeah.
You know where they got that from? The Bible. Because the more they smite you, the more they put hardship on you, the more you evolve and grow.
God's strongest soldiers had the worst testimony that we've been through the most.
That's right.
What is the braid thing?
So these are tzitzis. Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 12.
Go look in the part.
So these are a commandment in the Bible. So when it comes to the commandments of the Bible, you're told that there's only 10. There's actually 613. Right? And this is one of them. Go ahead.
You have your fringes on? You have your fringes on? On your shirt? No, it's your fringes.
No, we don't have fringes today. Let's go.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 12. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the 4 quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself.
Right? So these are what you would basically call a tzitzit or a fringe. And we put them on the corners of our vestures. And then there's a border of blue, right? So, yeah, usually you have blue at the top of your tzitzit. Yeah, I need to put some blue on this one. I just noticed that. All right, cool. But either way, they're supposed to be on the corners of your vestures, right? If you ever see Jewish people walking around, they have those little tassels that hang down. They're actually keeping the law. Now, are they real Jewish people? Most of them, no. Right? Give me Revelations 2 and 9. Right? Because there were 2 major conversions. About 140 BC, you had our people. We were in slavery to the Greeks, and we managed to get our freedom. You can read about that in the book of 1st and 2nd Maccabees. We got our freedom, and then we forced those that once enslaved us to convert to keeping the laws of the Bible. Right? And it was a man named John Hyrcanus. Right? Now, as you know, a lot of blacks and Hispanics, they, for some reason, they want the white man to live with them. That is nothing new. Right? Get me, there were those that hated their own people. Yeah, in those days there were wicked men that hated their own people. Right?
It's still going on today.
What do we call them? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who hate their own people. What do we call them?
About a whitewash.
Well, it begins with a C. No, that's the actual oppressor. No, but here's the thing. You're right. That's the oppressor. We call them coons. Coons, right? Now, if I can show you throughout the Bible, we've always had a coon problem. Always. People who have preferred the oppressor more than their own people, right?
I told you I should have wrong. My ears.
Hey, matter of fact, go check in my duffel bag in the car. Get my earmuffs from the cloud.
Yeah.
I need to put my ears first.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
First Maccabees chapter 11, verse 21. Then came ungodly persons who hated their own people, went unto the king and told him that Jonathan besieged the tower.
So not only was this a man who hated his own people, he ran to the Grecian king and told them about basically the military movements of their own people. Because at that point, we were at war trying to get independence from the Greeks, right? So, well, they both had a coon problem, but Nat Turner got sold out by some other, basically fellow slaves who were trying to revolt. They went and told the white folks that, hey, there's going to be a slave rebellion. Because Nat Turner, his plan was, hey, let's go kill all these white folks. And they were like, oh, well, we want our freedom, but we don't want to kill nobody. So they ran and told on them, and they all hung for it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you was being mean to massa, but that's the spirit that a lot of our people have always had, right? But,
Let me get that.
yeah, it's going to be cold, y'all, so bundle up.
That's no problem.
Yo.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 20 something today.
It ain't already there.
Yeah, it's probably in the 30s, if not low 40s right now.
Let me
We
get
got
back.
the sun somewhere. We need to be sitting under the sunlight.
No, I'm
And
not.
it's only gonna get colder, y'all. But so you see that not only are we scattered, but that is a problem that has followed us in every captivity that we've been in. So the curses come upon us anytime we don't keep God's laws, right? So whenever we keep God's laws, the Most High God, He remembers us. He sends a judge, right? And that judge saves us. That's why the Bible says there's been many saviors. There's only one Messiah. And that's, of course, the Son of God, who you call Jesus Christ, but his real name is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, right? But, so I have a question. As a matter of fact, let's get that curse right now. Give me 68 in Deuteronomy 28.
I'm warming you? Okay.
So I have a question, right? Most of our people, they think slavery simply just happened because of a couple of coincidences. You're like, it wasn't really by design. Things just happened to fall the way they did, and we ended up on the bottom of the earth. But I want to show you, the curse of slavery is in the same chapter that we're reading right now in Deuteronomy 28. Check it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So not only will we be sold unto our enemies, but no man would come and get us. Did you see the president of Ghana? He apologized for helping the white man take us into slavery. But did he send any boats to come get us? No. Did he cut a check? No. Because the Most High God has already made it known that the only way we're getting out of here is through him. Give me Isaiah, I believe it's Isaiah 42. But hold on, I'm going to turn that with you.
There's no God besides you, or no Savior.
Yeah, it's 43, and start at 11 and read down.
You can pull it up over your head. That check is big.
As a matter of fact, start there. That's good. Yeah, start there.
It's Isaiah chapter 43, verse 11. I, even I, am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior. I have declared and have saved. I have showed when there was no strange God among you. Therefore ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, that I am God.
So not only is he saying that there is no other God to save us except for the Most High God, but he's also letting it be known that he showed signs to the Israelites. When did he show signs to the Israelites that he existed? Remember when he liberated us from Egypt, and then Moses went up to the mountain?
Yeah, and when he came down from the mountain, but they had already built the
Golden calf.
The golden calf
Yeah.
with all the riches that the Egyptians had gave them. Is like,
Yes,
here you
ma'am.
go.
Yes, ma'am. But this is saying that essentially the Most High God has only shown those signs to his people. So, you know how everybody says, oh, I'm a child of God. That's not true. The only children of God are the Israelites. Now, we are scattered to every nation under heaven, right? So, like I said, you have the Kikuyu people.
Say it's only going to be so many that it will be saved that will be there.
Now, even of the Israelites, only the righteous Israelites are going to be saved.
That's right, that's right.
Now, we're going to go over a few things while I can't talk. It's too cold, man. But while...
You can put the heat on for a second.
Nah.
Warm your face up.
Nah, it's good. But while y'all are here, we're going to cover a few things. Because the thing that I like to cover is death and life. Because one of the things that is going to become very difficult is to serve God in the times that are coming up on America. If you refuse to sell your own people out, if you refuse to eat pork, if you keep the laws of the Bible, it's going to point you out as different.
I did that last night.
You got turkey instead of pork.
I got
Hey.
turkey and I got a veggie burger. I got a veggie burger patty instead of the sausage.
All praises. And I'm going to tell you,
He ain't pork though.
but you know what? You're going to learn today, King, not to eat pork.
It's swine, bro. We put worms in your body, bro.
Yeah, in your brain too. They don't
know, he
stay
said
just in your gastrointestinal tract.
Yeah, and then not only that, look, listen. If there was nothing else to eat but that would be one thing. That's time of famine. But when you have all these other options and you choose to go back to that, they know you're going
It's bacon though.
Hmm?
Bacon.
Hot Cheetos? I'm gonna be honest, it has like red 40 and all those industrial dyes. But in terms of it being, you know,
It's not
I guess
so hard.
lawful, yeah, you can eat it.
She like Takis and hot Cheetos.
I like hot Cheetos personally.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not against the Bible, so I can't say no to that. And y'all are young, ain't gonna be a stick in the mud, right? You gotta be able to do something.
Yeah.
But in terms of, you know, just like covering life and death, it will give you the courage to serve God without thinking what's gonna happen to me. Because that's why a lot of us, we say, you know what? If, like I overheard you saying, obviously, you know, if pork was the only thing to eat, you could eat it. Did you know that they permit that in Islam, but the Bible says if there's nothing to eat, don't eat nothing?
Ooh.
That's why understanding what life and death is very important. Because if you know that death doesn't deliver you out of God's hands, then when you see the Most High God in judgment, he's going to be like, hey, why'd you eat that pork? And if you say, well, I was going to die, he'll be like, so? Yeah, the Most High God is like, I'm the one who makes you live or die. You didn't trust in me? But we're going to show it to you. You can grow it, but it takes a while.
I've been telling them about the like when you eat foods and stuff, you get the seed. We really like I'm trying to get some land now so I can put them out of an apartment so we can start our own garden.
Yeah, yeah.
So at the time when everything is gonna be like all the way, how they be spraying stuff on the vegetables and putting stuff in all this and everything else that they talking about the little mini nanobites that they're injecting and all this stuff to put it in our bodies. We won't have to go. My mommy said.
Give me they shall eat their bread or defile bread among the Gentiles in Ezekiel. Should be Ezekiel 3 or 4. But I'm going to show y'all. We're going to go to Leviticus 11, and I'm going to show y'all the law of the Bible where you're not supposed to eat pork. Right?
But you know it's crazy. A lot of Christians who read that Bible, like my biological mom,
Yes,
not
I
me.
know.
But what she say? Oh, God said in the New Testament that you can eat it. Nah, it's still swine, bro.
No, nowhere in the New Testament were you permitted to sin. Because if I were to ask you, did Christ bring a new gospel? Like, did he bring a new message? No. He fulfilled the old message. He reiterated the old message, and then he fulfilled the things that were written of him. That's all he did. So when people say like, oh, that was the Old Testament, you can eat pork now. Well, if I can eat pork now, I can rape, I can steal, I can murder, I can do everything I want, because that's all in the Old Testament. But yet, when you say those things, all of a sudden it's like, no, you can't do those things, because it's inconvenient to them. But the thing is, just keep God's laws, you ain't got to worry about that.
We had a big problem when me and my mama was still talking. You know the whole situation with the stepmama, my adopted mama, and my mama.
Right.
But at one point, I had quit eating pork completely. There was none in my house. To the point I got them to stop eating it. And so when she would go to get them and take them over there, she was like, well, I know you don't want them eating pork, but while they're in my house, they can do whatever they want. So you're going against what I'm trying to teach them.
I still ate it though. I was good too.
But see, she'll have her day in judgment when she go before God. She's going to say, hey, didn't your daughter try to correct your grandkids if you went back and let them back astray?
But they were
That's
good.
even worse than leading astray another adult.
Christ said, woe unto them that offend the little ones. It'll be better that they tie a millstone around their neck and cast themselves into the sea.
That's right.
See, and again, a lot of times the Most High God puts people in position to see if they're going to pass or fail. He'll make sure you have the knowledge, and now he'll put you to the test. And most times we fail because we think God ain't serious about the test that he's administering. Yeah, the Most High God ain't kidding around with this. But check this out.
It's Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
So the Most High God is more than aware that we're going to be eating food that is defiled. Now, in that very same chapter, Ezekiel was ordered by the Most High God to do some things that basically would represent the hardship and the bondage that we would go through. And one of the things that he was required to do was to make bread using cow dung. And he was to eat it. Originally, the Most High God wanted him to use a man's excrement in making bread, just to show him, hey, look, this represents how the Israelites are going to have to eat their defiled food among the Gentiles, right? Ezekiel pled with the Lord, and the Most High God allowed him to use cow's dung. You know what I'm saying? It's less disgusting, but still bad,
It's
right?
y'all.
It's still
That's what
poop,
I'm talking about.
right?
What talking about, what it's saying is they wanted to use a man's bodily fluids to make
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes,
the
yes.
stuff that make a baby.
It's, 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 63. Wherefore they chose rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they may not profane the holy covenant. So then they died.
Now you beat me to it because I wanted to go to 2 Maccabees 7. Let's get that right now. So our people, once upon a time, we were so convicted by the words of the Most High God that we would rather die than eat pork and transgress God's laws, right? And during that time, in the time of the Maccabees, if you refused to eat pork, that meant you refused to partake in something called the Feast of Bacchus. And that was the so-called white man's, sacrifice to his God. So he would kill you for that, right? So can you imagine somebody saying, hey, eat this BLT or die? In today's world, most of us are like, I'll just eat it. It's fine. But the way God sees it, you're supposed to choose death. And we're going to prove it. You can start at the top. Yeah, because it's going to tell you why they're being, it tells you why.
2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said thus, What wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers.
Give me a First Maccabees 6 and 6.
Yeah, we were outlawed from calling ourselves Jews. But what you see here is you see a mother and her 7 sons, and they're being compelled to eat swine's flesh. And one of the sons just basically told you boldly, we would rather die than transgress God's laws. That is the conviction that God demands of his people, right? Because if you're willing to break God's laws in a minor way, what about the major things? Right? You got a question? What you got? That's right. You're supposed to obey God to the best of your ability. Now, what if you do something and you didn't know it was against God's laws? That's different. So, for instance, keeping the Sabbath, right? Whether you do Friday Sabbath, Friday at night to Saturday night, or you do the lunar Sabbath. It's when you don't work, you don't do cooking, cleaning, you have a day of rest. It's to commemorate the day of rest after the 7 days of creation, right? Our 6 days, really, on the 7th is the 7th day of rest.
That's what 6, 7 means. Trust.
Okay. Yeah, it's the youngins, man. I don't know that terminology. I'm old, man. I'm older than I look. I'm 40, all right?
So there's 2 ways about that. 6, 7, because I've done the research. It can be of a God form of the 6th day and the 7th day, but it also can be demonicized.
Okay.
The person that used it was
in
in
a
a
level of the
demonic.
people who came, the rapper who started it actually supposedly sold his soul to the devil.
And there's 2 demons that are called 6 and 7 because there's
There's
numbers
2
like that.
demons which are numbered 6 and 7
Uh-huh.
that he actually worships or whatever. So like I be explaining to them, you don't know for sure, knowing the way the world is today. If you want to talk about 6, 7 in godly form, talk about the whole time of what he did. But don't just break it down to that if this man created that and you already knowing the truth. So just leave it alone. Don't even say it.
Let me get you some out the Bible real quick. Give me abstain from all appearances of evil. You're supposed to not even try to appear wicked. So if you know it goes back to something that could be demonic or evil,
If it's a
leave it alone.
possibility, leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it alone.
There you go. You see what I'm be telling you?
It ended it last year. So I think
But you understand remember what I be telling y'all? I say, you don't know for sure which way it goes, so don't even do it. Because if I hear you doing it in my house, I'm going to smack the crap
I
out
don't
of you.
have it.
Hey, that's a good practice. And I'm going to tell you, it might seem like harsh having a strict mother or father, but I'm going to tell you, you see the kids who don't have either, and they're lost.
And look, I be telling them,
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah, I do.
Hey.
I got a father.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but if you know your father is so-called Mexican, you're Issachar. And see, and when I tell you that God is your father, Did you know he basically calls the heathen bastards? To be a bastard is to not have a father. So if you're an Israelite, you always have a father. Always.
You hear that?
Yeah, go and get that.
First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 22. Abstain from all appearances of evil.
I'm finna jump in the water.
Yeah, hey, man, I ain't getting you. Yeah, if you jump in that water, man, you're going to have all sorts of diseases, man.
That water nasty in the gas.
Yeah, it is.
What,
But-
baby? I'm trying to listen. What? Huh? No, it's too cold. I don't want that.
But yeah, we're supposed...
It's the coffee in the can, so it's cold.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I ain't
Y'all
started
should've brought
ask
a heater.
nobody to get no.
Yeah, but we ain't got a battery-powered one, man. You think I ain't think of that?
We got a little space heater.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be
Generator
nice.
out here.
Oh, watch out, the camera's right there. Yeah, I'm recording right there.
Oh, my bad.
No, you good. But we're supposed to be abstaining from all appearances of evil, right? Get me Sirach 12 and 6,
Y'all want to go do something after this? Y'all gonna pay attention.
right? Because the Most High God, He's going to always keep track of what you do because there's a judgment that's going to come upon you, whether it comes sooner or later, right? So that means you should be trying to keep the commandments like first and foremost because the day of judgment is sooner than you think, right? Check this out.
Where'd McAuliffe go?
Yeah, it said he had burn out. I guess he had something.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keep them against the mighty day of their punishment.
So let me get this straight. God hates somebody. God hated sinners and will repay them for what they do wrong. What is sin?
Breaking his rules, like his laws, the things he said for you not to do, but you do.
That's actually accurate. Let's get that in 1 John 3. 1 John 3 and 4. Because sin is the transgression of God's laws. Hold on one second.
Is that yours?
What?
The beating back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to come out here ready, man.
Someone gets mad and then try to
Oh,
fight.
you good, you good. So we going to just bring out some stuff while y'all are here. If y'all want to hear it, cool, right? As a matter of fact, get me Proverbs 3.
We'll get that when you
Hey,
good?
I got a question, Miss Gary. He keep trying to call me from jail. What should I do? That's what it is. It's like, but he want me to create an account because it's not. Okay, so you don't know about what happened.
No.
Okay, so I married somebody.
Just end it all.
We've been married for almost 2 years.
Huh?
Okay.
When I first met him, he wanted to change. You know, when people, you can't knock somebody just because they don't know. But if they're willing to learn, then if you got it in you, you take your time to teach them if they really want it. So in the beginning, he tried. He said he was going to do this, that, and the third. And the reason why I use the word try is because you weren't really truthful within yourself. But I get him down here, the same things he was doing in Dallas, he start doing out here. Lying, deceiving, cheating on me behind my back while I'm at work. I put him out. I finally got tired of it. I warned him, took him to church. He raised his hand, got baptized, wanted to do this, wanted to do that. But you're portraying because that's what you think I want, instead of actually truly being who you say you're trying to be. So I put him out, what that was? That was Saturday, right? I think it was. Yeah, Saturday. Sunday, he called me at 1 o'clock in the morning, threatened my life. Monday, he waited till I went to work and then burned up 2 of my cars that could have blew up and killed my 2 daughters while they were in the house. So now he's sitting in jail on 2 counts of arson, facing 2 to 20, when he's already done 10-year sentence, a 7-year sentence, an 8-year sentence in prison, and a 2-year sentence. Now you're facing this.
Okay. So
What I would say is, get me he who hardeneth his neck shall be destroyed. See, with the Most High God, you only get so many chances, so much mercy before.
I know y'all bring y'all tail back up here. Come listen. Or you ain't going nowhere. Let's go. Let's go.
But you only get so many chances from the Most High before something of the world comes and gets you.
Now this is the thing I got. Okay, so Mr. Gary, I heard you yesterday when you was talking to Chop and what you said to him about if a man is not living righteously, God ain't gonna put a righteous woman in your life, right? But he wasn't living righteously. Well, how did he get blessed with a righteous woman? I'm not perfect, and I don't think no freaking woman is. I think we all, fall short, especially if we don't have a proper guidance of a man in our life, But overall, my morals are pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? So how did he even get the chance to be with someone like me to try to destroy and put me down?
Well, but you see what the Most High God did in the end.
Yeah.
He separated you. That's why in Amos 3:3 it says, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?"
How can two walk together? if
Yeah, I
they're not
actually said
agreed?
that last night.
I said that last night. Someone, somebody else. My pop's Cuban, so I'm looking at the thing. So he's he's not my real daddy, but he's my stepdad. That's why I call him my pop. But he's man. How do you say
Manasseh.
it? Manasseh. He's Cuban from Cubana. So
Okay.
he's from Havana in Cuba. He came 30-something, 40 years ago. Got caught up doing some crime. You know how the Cubans did with the wet foot, dry foot law. Came on the boat that Castro let go. Went to prison, and now he's sitting in a detention center. But while me and my husband was over the road, and we were going through stuff, he would talk to my husband because my husband ain't got no father figure. His daddy ain't shit, it is what it is. But he would tell him, he said, how can two people walk together if they do not agree?
That's right.
So even if you agree to disagree, you're still agreeing to disagree, but in a proper manner without chaos and confusion.
If I can interject real quick. If you disagree about serving God, the Most High God is going to get the person who refuses to serve away from you.
And that was the thing. Remember, I was telling you. Okay, so I've been doing the black seed oil, oregano, trying to cleanse my body. He been doing while I'm at work. He smoking weed with the neighbors, doing drugs with the neighbors, trying to have sex with the neighbors, offering females money to have sex with the neighbors. So what you're doing is bringing that and putting it back into my body. I don't want it in me. And I kept asking, and this is where it kind of like really, I started to see a big explosion within his attitude. When I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm not going to buy pork no more in this house. I'm not going to, I don't want to have sex with you if you still sitting here doing this, that, and the third, because you sharing your spiritual demons with me, and I don't want them. So it just was like a lot of different things. And like, I had to make the choice because I had to tell him, like, bro, you need to go. But at the same time, it was like God was like, wake up and pay attention to what's really going on. Stop letting him treat you like this when you know you deserve better.
Can we read some stuff to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Give me this real quick. Proverbs 17:11. I got to pull it up.
I always love that.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 11. An evil man seeks only rebellion. Therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
It's like I said, right? If you keep rebelling over and over and over again, eventually the Most High God is going to give you what you want. He's going to, because there's a lot of things that, say if you buy drugs, right? I used to do a lot of psychedelics and stuff like that.
I used to sell hard in North Memphis and Hollywood, and I was putting cocaine up in those, working security and traffic. I mean, I did it all. So.
But here's the thing that you've always known. You knew that there were people around you who were affiliated with law enforcement, people who are...
My uncles are Masons outside Chicago.
Right, so you know that every time you partake in that lifestyle, the trap could spring shut, and you're another statistic sitting in a courtroom in an orange jumpsuit.
And what I tell you, Ms. Gary, I should be a statistic, but by the grace and the mercy of God for me, God have a better plan for me. And so every time it came like this close. So I said, man, wake up, bro. I'm warning you, want to come up for destruction. So you see what's happening. Get it right.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The Most High God has already basically put aside those who are meant to make it and those who aren't. We're going to show you that too in 2nd Ezra chapter 9. But, yeah, get that real quick.
It's Proverbs chapter 29, verse 1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy.
So that's saying exactly what we just read in Proverbs, right? If you're constantly, you know this for certain. If you're going in front of a judge over and over and over again, what's going to happen eventually? He's going to throw the book at you. And you're going to be sitting there going, damn, man, why I got to say goodbye to my family? But the judge is like, yo, I've seen you like 3 times for the same offense. So I'm tired of looking at you. I'm tired of hearing about all the trouble you caused. You think God will do the same thing? Especially every time you sit in that jail cell, you talking about, God, if you get me out of this one, I promise.
See, like I told Mr. Gary, about going on 11 years now, because it's been almost 11 years. Me and her was together. That car that he burnt up, the main one that he burnt up, that was our home. We ended up getting so down bad. I had a brand new 2018 Silverado straight off the line. I was making good money, and all because one dude that I chose to talk to ended up, his sister worked for the police and a whole bunch of other stuff happened, but he ended up coming by shooting up the house. The bullet went this far over this baby head while she was laying on the bed. That was my wake-up call. But I went to God because I was going to flash out. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to hold myself and I'm going to call my mom. I said, I called them and I said, hey, I'm going to ask you to come help me. Please. Because if not, I'm going to either end up in jail or I'm going to end up dead. One of the two. Because I'm at that border point where I'm going to really, I'm going to, I don't care no more. And so she denied me. Her husband said, if your daughter calling you like that, you might want to go get her. So she called me back, and I came to Texas, but I got down on my hands and knees, and I told God straight up, I said, look, I done did all of this, leaning on my own understanding my whole life. I said, you know, I've had it bad, things out of my control, from when I was 2 years old all the way up. I said, but I promise, and I meant what I said, I promise, I will stay out them streets. And I will do what I'm supposed to do, go to work. As long as I have what I need, it don't have to be what I want. As long as I have what I need to support this baby. God did it. He worked the shit out of me. And every time I get close to going hang around in the hood with somebody, got in a car wreck. I go through this, something happened. God said, wake up, you doing it again. I lost my 2022, same kind of car like this one. Ended up, I was driving and I said, you know what, God? I said, I ain't gonna worry. I know if this is what you want, and you want to see me back in these old cars, and you don't want to see me in this new car, I know I was wrong. I did this, that, and the third. You're right. I gotta be a stay out the hood. I'm driving while I do it, crying. But next morning I get a call. You got approved for your other car. Come get it. But because I acknowledged what I did, accepted my faults, and took accountability, God said, okay, all right, you learning. You learning what you still.
The thing that you need, sister, is you need the wisdom of the scriptures. And this is not just to my sister, but this is to my camera as well, right? A lot of our people, we have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that you've said, I can literally go to the Bible and go, hey, this is where that's at. But the thing is, though, I shouldn't be the one saying that. You should be the one saying that. Because you have to lead your life. As long as there's no man over you, that you're at the helm. And what you do affects your children. So you need the wisdom of the scriptures, and as long as you show up here, we're going to try to give it to you, right? Go ahead and get that.
Sirach chapter 9, verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently, Salakia. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
So let's take stock of where we exist, sister. We live in a world where you could be driving down the street, and because you ain't put your seatbelt on, in a moment of just lapse of judgment, your life could be taken. You're supposed to try your best to stay away from people who could kill you.
Abide by the laws.
Well, not just abide by the laws, but people who are prone to anger, people who have fits of violence, people who are running the streets and killing. Stay away from them people.
Yeah, I do that.
No, I get that, but that's what I'm saying.
That's why I left the city and moved to the country, to be around a whole different group of people.
What's that thing you always say? Bad company corrupts what?
Bad company corrupts good habits.
All right, so 1 Corinthians 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
So it goes to the same for men, right? Because I seem like a square. I've always been a nerd. But in my previous life,
Man, you from Memphis, you ain't no nerd.
Well,
You just educated.
I'm undercover with it,
That's
right?
okay.
I'm
That's
undercover
okay.
with
That's
it.
okay.
Yeah.
That's how we have to be.
because I tell brothers and sisters all the time, you know, because despite my squarish appearance in a previous life, not only was I a stripper, but I used to run the streets too. But I was caught up with women who were doing, like, that was their lifestyle completely. So I was holding court and company with people at the Most High God. I was like, hey, why are you with these people? You're making an effort to get involved in matters that don't concern
Yeah,
you.
it's good to share the world with them and walk away.
I was an atheist at the time.
Yeah, see, I ain't never been. I ain't gonna lie. I went through so much as a young girl, out of my control. I was born by a mother who hated me. My mama manipulated. She was married to Indian and white dude, and he signed my birth certificate. My daddy found out about me at the age of 2 after my mama boyfriend on the side, her other boyfriend, tried to molest me. And my daddy beat her in the head with, you remember them old school clothes irons that you set on the stove without the cable wire?
Yeah.
When he found out about me, because my daddy's cousin came into the KFC my mama worked at and seen me, and he said, he went back to me, he said, I think that lady that you used to fuck with had a baby by you. And that baby looked just like you.
Just like,
Look, just like you, but she just bright. She just bright, like your other. Cause I got 2 sisters and a brother that's bright just like you. And they my daddy's babies. My daddy got 20 children, 12 boys, 8 girls. So yeah, yeah. So I mean, my daddy hit her in the head. He called her. He came up there, seen her. She brought me over to the house, and he told her the truth. I mean, she told him the truth. She said, while married, I didn't want to fuck up a marriage. You know what I'm saying?
so you fucked the kid's life up?
So that's what I mean by a lot of things in my life
Yeah.
being out of my control. But my mama, mind you, my mama's an Italian. She's a white lady. That's
Now hold on, Italian from where?
I told you.
Italian? I don't know. From New Orleans.
Southern Italian though?
My grandfather worked for the Italian mafia in New
Yeah,
Orleans.
she an Israelite. Yeah,
That's all I was telling
yeah, she an Israelite.
So I don't know. Exactly.
Possibility.
Yeah.
I don't know, but she wicked.
Can I help you real quick? I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
So there's something called niggerdom, right? Niggerdom is like drug dealing, hustling, all types of, you know, things that niggas do. If it don't matter what somebody look like, because I as a matter of fact, whatever that. I want you to flip through this. Now, it's an old book. Niggas stole the other one.
But I want you, as we're talking, I'm trying to make sure it's got hard. No, hold on. I think I only brought the first one. That's fine.
You cold? Hey, Mike, you ain't gonna get to eat if you don't come on.
It's not
I don't care. You ain't learning. You ain't
I
learning the
still,
word.
oh, the other one is in my mailbox. I forgot it. This is a 2-part series. So what I'm gonna do, sister, I want to show you these 2 books. If you'll come back, I'll make sure that I either give you these books.
I told you I've been trying to come. Tell him.
Okay.
Tell him, Mr. Gary. Listen. I see him. What is it? Wednesday through Friday at work. If we don't be,
Come on through. You good? All right. Be warm, man. Stay warm.
high heel shorts. It's too cold for shorts.
Yeah, I don't know how you're doing it.
Boy, I know his knees cold in the
But what I wanted to show you is, I'm gonna read this as a matter of fact,
No,
because
because the devil can use you right now.
yeah, I'm gonna read
Strike
this.
what's going on. Sit down. Hear what's
But
going
I want to show you that black people were all throughout Europe, and we ruled Europe for 1,000 years. It's called the Byzantine Empire. We were the rulers of Europe, and that includes
that's what-
southern Italy.
My nationality, so when you come from the motherland of Africa, because y'all say we're not actually Africans, but from the motherland of Africa, Eastern European, and Native American. So I'm all 3 countries mixed into one. I'm a project of the slavery that happened.
I'll tell you before Africa's named after a white man.
Yeah, right. And so, but if you were to say, okay, a lot of people, if you're not from the South region, you don't know what a Creole is. Like, I meet a lot of black folks, and I get hell because of the color of my skin. You know, remember I was saying about the referee that was cheating at her basketball game, because I think it was his nephew or somebody played for the other team. So he was like, oh, well, or his niece was like, oh, well, this, that, and the third. How you gonna sit here and talk shit to me? And it's Black History. Baby, I'm Black History 1 too.
Right.
Baby, what did you talk about? Educate yourself. I'm a whole Creole. My daddy dark skinned, but his skin darker than yours. So what does that mean? At the end of the day, we're all one people, but at the end of the day, don't come at me sideways.
Now I'm gonna tell you, the one of the things that you're dealing with is something that we all have to deal with, no matter what you look like, and that is people not reading books.
Yeah, I'm not white enough for the white man, and I'm not black enough for the black man, so I'm in between somewhere.
Now, this is to you, and it should basically ascribe to what you're saying.
Right.
That's why I tell my brothers when they walk by, if they're with a white woman, there's a crisis that you're going to have to face in your children. They're not going to belong anywhere. And you're going to have to try to coach them through life from the back seat, because you're not going to understand that they're confused,
Go put the
that
heat
they
on
have
and sit there
identity
for a
issues.
second and then come back.
But hold on one second, because I'm trying to find a
Go
specific
raise the car
person
up
here.
and run the heat for a second to warm up. You cold? Go do the same thing for me. Okay, I say you could come back. I'm telling you, go warm up. When you warm up, come back. We'll give about 5 minutes of it.
We'll be here. Go warm up.
Go warm up. Y'all kids, it's different. I'm grown. I know when I'm catching frostbite.
It's dropping more and more.
It is. The wind is the wind, though. That's what it is.
So I'm trying to find somebody in here, because there's a lot of black figures in here. This book is called Memoirs of the Secret Services of John Mackey. I can send you the file copy of this book,
Okay.
and it's a spy who was in the royal court, and he was describing the likeness of the people that were in it.
Right.
And they're all brown, black, or like basically your color, right? Because we were also trying to white ourselves out, which was kind of weird. We were purposely getting with white women, right? But
I mean, in some sense, I think that's a curse for the white man as well, because you really, it's hard to find a true all white person anymore. It really is. They're being washed down. They're not.
well, they're dying out. And I'm gonna tell you, the world it'll benefit for it,
That's right.
right?
So Blake Griffin, his dad's a Haitian,
Right.
dark skin, so this is his son.
You got time for the Bible, sister?
Blonde hair, blue eyes, so he doesn't necessarily.
You know what tribe you're from in the Bible, though, before you go? Are you Cuban? Puerto Rican? Mexican? What are you?
She don't want to hear the truth.
She don't want to hear it. That's a shame. You a princess, sister. I'm trying to tell you what tribe you come from. All right? If a white man come out and hit you upside the head, you be like, niggas, where you at? It is what it is. It is what it is every time. Oh, I need help. Black and brown Avengers assemble.
And then as soon as Joan did us, no more, it's fuck us.
Yeah, for real. But anyway, I'm going to get this brother here. This is Daniel, the Earl of Nottingham, the Secretary of State. His eldest son to Mr. Finch, Lord Chancellor in the reign of King Charles II. This gentleman never made any considerable figure till the Revolution, when he zealously opposed King William's coming to the throne, yet was made Secretary of State by that prince to oblige the church, of which he sets up for a mighty champion. Right, so this is who this person, his station that he occupies. This is what he looks like. He hath also the exterior air of business, and application enough to make him very capable. In his habit and manners very formal. A thin, tall, very black man, like a Spaniard or a Jew, about 50 years old. So let me get this straight. He's in the court of King James or the Stuart dynasty, and their court or their crown was over Scotland, Ireland, France, Wales, Britain, and I think that's it. So all those different lands, but yet he's described like a black man from Spain.
Yup.
And he's also likened unto a Jew. So it used to be very common to know that the Jews were black people.
Yeah.
Because Jew just means either Judah or the southern kingdom. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Right? The Negroes, so to speak. So it used to be common knowledge that to be Jewish meant that you were a so-called Negro. Give me Acts 13:1. Did you know the word nigger is in the Bible? Yep, that's the look everybody says. They're like, wait, that's impossible.
Did
It's,
they rewrite it? I know they reread the Bible.
in certain, I guess, versions, they have a different term there. But we're going to read two of
Yeah.
them.
Get the NLT out.
I know, baby.
Acts chapter 13, verse 1.
Listen.
Now, there were in the church, there was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Nigger, and Lucius of Cyrene,
Spell it.
and Nigger, Niger.
So that's Latin. It just means black. Get it in the NLT, and you're going to see.
In the Spanish language, is negro.
Negro.
Right. But and like me and him be talking about a lot. Me and Mr. Gary, we talk about it a lot. Like English is a man-made language. Like
It is.
how I speak broken English, it's more so the original form that created the English. Like it was broken really bad, and then the white man came and had to properize it to make it their own language. But it's the hardest damn language to learn.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
It's not that it's hard to learn. It's the people who.
Tell him to stop calling my phone. No, tell him get out the car and bring his ass back up here. Get your ass out and bring your ass up here. Yeah, fuck yourself. Fucking with me.
Should stay silent.
Bring your ass, bro. Turn my car off and come on.
It was funny what you
Go get my
said
key.
What?
when you said that if a white man gonna hit her upside the head.
Hey, it's true though.
Yeah, then they gonna call for, oh, help me. Oh.
Black men don't help black women. We hear that all the time, but yet when we try to help them, they don't want nothing to do with it.
But it don't be that. I'm gonna tell you. See, this was one of my sisters. She's older than my mom. Because my daddy was around his 60s and my mom was in her 20s. Okay? And so, you know, one of my older sisters, she told me, she said, sis, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's already bad enough you got the bright skin. You know, just like your sister Cassidy, your sister Mushell, because it's two, a Rochelle and a Mushell. And our brother Kevin. She told me, she said, see, the problem with a lot of black women, they give their man hell. When the black man already has to be out here in hell. He's already being discriminated on because of his skin color, treated bad at the workplace, struggling to get a good job opportunity because he's being, you know, he doesn't have the white skin to be able to be white empowerment. And he come home and he can't even find peace within you. So now you done caused them hell, so you don't want to fuck with you.
We're going to bring some stuff out in the Bible because we're jumping around a little bit. So let's get this real quick.
Yeah, because everything you said is in the Bible.
Because Acts 13:1 in the NLT, among the prophets and teachers of the church at Antioch in Syria were Barnabas and Simeon, called the black man.
Called what?
Called the black man.
So again, depending on the version of the Bible that you read, the answer's right in front of you. Now, if you're reading the Bible a lot, shouldn't you have stumbled over that?
Now I have dyslexia, so I don't.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about, say, like if you're going to church, your pastor. How come he's not telling you, hey, did you know the original Jews were known as black men?
I'm gonna be honest. The church I go to, he preach a lot about, you know.
I don't care.
He preached a lot about, you know, like
You see.
being out, you know, reaching other people, being prophets within ourselves to communicate the word to other people. He stays on that so
get out
much,
the camera.
you know what I'm saying? Because he's like, he don't really go into the depths of everything else,
That's why you
but
can't go back in
accepting
the car.
accountability of who you really are for God. And, you know, we are prophets as well. We're not just followers. Because as a follower, you don't know how to lead,
Without
but you
getting
need to be
yelled
a
at to
leader
come back?
so that you can reach other people and bring them to God.
Right.
You know, so he stays on that a lot.
Okay, go back.
And then with my schedule of work,
go in the
I
back.
haven't really been going
No.
a lot. But I've
Never
never,
mind.
now mind you,
No,
the
no.
preacher man, he's a white dude.
Yeah.
So he's not going to really go interpret it on this. And you know that. Like, we both know that. But my stepmama, when my pops got remarried after my mom, she's a Mexicana. So I go to church with her, you know. Do I listen to everything they say in the church? No, because I know the real truth. But is it good to be fellowshipped around other people who are, you know, living life in a good manner versus I hear I swing iron and, you know, doing all of that? Yeah, and I'm only basically go to church for them, to put them around a good group of people, because church is inside of me. I don't need to go into a building and praise God inside of a building because it's inside of me.
Now, what if I told you the Bible says God dwelleth not in temples made with hands?
Exactly. And he doesn't. So you don't have to be inside of a building praising God.
So my question is, should you be around people that God has nothing to do with? No, let's put it that. Give me Amos 3 and 1 through 3. And then go to Amos 3 and I believe 3 is...
We need to get Nehemiah to come on here.
Yeah.
You shivering?
It's Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So that brings us back to our original question, right? So I asked the question, should you be going to a pastor who's a heathen and God is not dealing with him? Let's see. Let's go back to Deuteronomy. Give me 32 and 7.
I'm making sure.
This right here, what we having right now, what we talking about
Yeah,
right
read
now,
through 9.
God is gonna bless this more than when we go
I
to
have a
church with all
question.
them other people.
And if he reads it.
Sure, I got you.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of
When
Adam,
he what?
when he separated the sons of
One
Adam,
more time.
when he separated the sons of Adam.
We're going to keep going on that.
So the Most High God separated all the different peoples. So there's nothing wrong. And the reason why I'm saying it like this is more to my camera than to you because you understand this. We're supposed to be separating as the Israelites and trying to be amongst each other. If you have problems in your family, can you fix those problems while you have guests over? No. So all the problems that we're facing as so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, we have the white man sticking his nose in, causing all types of...
CPS on us,
Yeah, well, he's
calling
caused...
the people on us.
But he's the reason why we hate each other. He's the one who caused all the division in the first place, and yet he wants to be the force to unite us.
Remember what I was telling you about? Okay, so when I traced my family back to Congo, right? Okay, in Congo, they were the most organized before the Europeans went over there, and they were the most organized because at one time both countries were one. Now there's two pieces of Congo where the rivers separate the two pieces. So when the white man went over there and he seen that, you know, okay, yeah, they had war. They would go to war with other people and they would, you know, get a couple of the people that they conquered, the little areas, and they would make them do little slave shit, you know. But the white man said, okay, while they're doing this, let me go ahead and kill these people and try to kill them all. But he couldn't kill them all because they kept repopulating and they couldn't stop. So the white man got into their heads and broke them down. And it's sad because over there in Congo, they have the most richest land, but
they
they're
do.
the most poorest people. And it's because they're not enslaved in the mind, and they are, you know, minimized where they should be expanded.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
It's not just because of all those things. Those are symptoms of the foundational issue, and that is they're under the curses.
Right.
Because did you know that the land of Congo used to be known as the land of the Israelites? So you have a man named Livio Sanudo. He was a map maker in the 1500s. And if you look on his map, where Congo is, or Democratic Republic of Congo, it's called the land of the Jews, or Terra Judaeum, or something like that, right? And then the Negro land map, I forget his name. Look that map up for me real quick, Negro land map. But the reason why we're looking up all this stuff for you is to let you know you can't escape these curses,
Never.
right? So-
All you can do is seek God, man, and do what He's telling you to do, and He'll make it easier for you
That's
along
right.
this journey.
yeah, hold on, just
Come here, let me see you.
yeah, you can do images or whatever.
Mommy, drop his hands. Yeah, drop his hands.
And then where you have Ghana and Togo today, you have the Kingdom of Judah. There
Is it
you
warmer?
go. Dang,
Is
that's a
that
good one.
warmer? Is that warmer? Is it warmer? I bet you it's warmer though, ain't
I
it?
have a question though.
So
What's
here
up?
where it's kind of
Can
it
you?
says Negro
Well,
land
it's not a
right
question.
there.
I have a like
See where it says Judah?
like.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
right
have
in the
a
middle,
request.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you take these
Yeah,
like
'cause it's
some
central.
things
It's
about
dead
I guess
smack
my
in the
tribe or
middle.
whatever?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, all praises. So the brother asked, he wants to know some things about the tribe of Issachar, right? So let's go to, let's finish that in Deuteronomy 32 real quick, and then we're going to get that in Genesis.
Mommy, what are my tribes?
Deuteronomy 32, verse 8.
Hold on, let him finish.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
So the Israelites are the only people on the planet who God claims as his own. Everyone else, they're fatherless children. If you read Hebrews 12 and 5 on down. But let's get that in Genesis real quick. Give me Genesis, is it 49?
I got
Yeah, 49.
I got a quick question.
What's up?
So my baby right here. Mind you, I'm tracing my family back to Congo. Her actual biological father is from Congo.
Okay.
His mother is from one side of the country, and his dad is from the other side of the country.
Okay.
Like the two pieces. But so she said, what tribe does she come from? And her roots are so deep because they come from me and from her father's side.
So I have
Well,
a
so
life.
you are who your father is, right? So my question is her father somebody who is related to the people in Congo who went through the slave trade?
Not for sure, but he was born and raised, and so was his family, and as far back as it goes, right there in Congo.
Okay. Now the thing about Congo is not only were they preyed on for slaves, King Leopold was down there cutting hands off and making them get gold and all other stuff. So just because you didn't get, sold off and go somewhere else, don't mean you escaped the curses.
Right.
So if her spirit bears witness with the Bible,
Now I'm gonna be honest. This baby, it said she was like 2. It said she could talk. This baby have a gift. She always know what to say, when to say it, how to pray, like to put faith in you when you have none, when you're feeling the most down. 2 years old, I was going through some stuff. It was around the time I got out the streets, crying, didn't know how I was gonna pay my bills, worrying about stuff. This baby saying, "Mama," she was playing with her toys. She heard me talking to my Mimi. She get up and she come over there after I get off the phone and she said, "Mama, it's gonna be all right. Just have faith." Like this baby have a gift of unity to keep peace, if that makes sense.
Okay.
so the name Judah, right? Likely I'd say probably tribe of Judah. Judah means God's praise.
Right.
So the world wants to praise God like black people, right?
Right.
But that's because the Most High God put the gift of praise in black people. That's why it's literally in the name. That's why we have a very distinctive way of how we talk, our swag. When we celebrate, people like, yo, them people turn up and I want to be part of it.
Handshakes.
Yeah, the handshakes, everything, right? But when it comes to Issachar, right?
There you go. Keep it like that. Keep the face one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can barely move my hands, bro.
I know. Y'all want to get warm? You go. I'm telling you.
Nah,
You just talk about it in the
we gotta do this.
Just wiggle.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 14. Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulders to bear, and became a servant unto tribute.
So Issachar in the Hebrew means he who is hired, right? So when it talks about Issachar being a strong donkey or a strong ass, what is the unofficial animal for the nation of Mexico?
Oh, that's a snake, I think.
That's the burro.
Oh,
Because see, what you're thinking of the flag
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
hawk holding the snake. But the thing is, though, that's from the Spanish who took over Mexico.
oh,
Told you.
And initially, they call Mexico New Spain, right?
We told him this. We told him this.
yeah. Bro, no.
He thinks. He thinks he's not a Negro.
Hey,
He thinks
hey.
he's a fucking Mexican.
Now hold on a second. I need to tell you this. Here in America, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians were all called black. The only reason why they stopped calling the Native Americans and Native Hispanics black is because they have to divide you in order to conquer you.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Because I have a question for you, King. If black people, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, El Salvadorians, Brazilians, Chileans, Argentinians, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, if we were all one people,
They couldn't stop us.
what could they do to us?
Ah!
Run them over.
What?
Now, go back to now that y'all have context, let's go back to Deuteronomy 28 and get that curse of being scattered.
Well, they can.
But here's the thing. The only reason why they have the nuclear bomb is because we have built up their kingdom. They didn't just come here with nuclear bombs. That came later.
Most of the greatest inventions that were stolen from the black man's idea came from the black man, and the white man claimed it and stamped it as his. Most of the greatest inventions.
Now, what if I told you the nuclear bomb is in the Bible too?
Ooh.
And it came from the Most High.
I don't know if they have
But that'll be for a later lesson. I need to teach you who you are, right? So let's focus on
Do they
that.
have a party over here? A bathroom?
They do not. Yeah, you have to drive somewhere, sister. If y'all want to take a break, we'll be here. We're going to be here till 7, so you got 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
30 minutes, yes, ma'am.
You can't go sit in the car. Take a warm up. You've been out pee in my car.
I got you. I started up for you.
No, he's trying to stay in it.
No, Deshaun.
He's going to something.
I know. You bring your butt back.
I'll get it real quick.
Porcelain, go sit in the car with her. Deshaun, you bring your butt.
Y'all about to say we getting his breakdown.
I
You
know.
coming back, brother?
Come here. Porcelain, go to the car with.
I'm about to say.
See, this one, my biggest girl, she's younger than Deshaun.
Okay.
She's 12.
I can.
She's
I
just
can
shy.
name, I can
But-
name godly things.
On her dad, her dad's mom is come from a plantation.
Okay.
His grandfather
It's cranked up.
is white
On the
man
passenger.
from the plantation.
On his mother's side?
On the daddy's side.
Oh.
So she is a straight project of slavery from right. Like,
So I have a quick, hold on. So her father is so-called black,
her father is black.
but your grandfather is a so-called white man.
Right.
Is he Scottish or Irish?
I don't know what it is. He's white, Native American, Blackfoot Indian, and black.
What's his father? No, and that's why you're not supposed to search out endless genealogies. We're just supposed to see, does your spirit bear witness with the Bible?
So his father was a black man. But his grandfather was a white man.
But his father's father's father. See, and again, yeah, that's where you have to see because, like, say, like,
Because technically she's a white man. A white
technically, so as far as you know, but here's the thing, it's like I just read out of that book. The people of Europe, although they look white now, many of them go back to us.
man.
Say, like, of course, you know this, the Italians. If you come from Sicily, Malta, or the Maltese Islands, all those places, that's where we were.
And at one point, Italians were not considered as Caucasians.
Correct.
They were considered people of color.
Yep.
And then somewhere over time, because their skin's bright, they could claim them as white.
What does the white man do when he comes over here? Does he go chest up with you, chin to chin, or does he put somebody in front of him and go, hey, fight my battle?
Fight his battle.
Obviously.
Because he's a pussy.
So who is he gonna do? Who's gonna choose to do that? He's gonna choose somebody who's gonna be a coon who's willing to fight his battle.
That's right. That's
So what if you don't know you're an Israelite? You're the perfect candidate to fight his battle.
Exactly.
So when it comes to so-called Irish people,
That's why knowledge is
so-called
power. Without
well,
knowledge, you don't know nothing.
knowledge is power. But the thing is, so like there's a figure in history named Oliver Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell is the so-called white man who was pushing our people into Western Europe. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, to add some to
What's up?
Can I name 3 god things like
Name 3 God things?
yeah, like people and yeah, can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, one is God,
Okay.
Jesus, or actually 4, Mary, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay. What's God's real name? It's Yahweh. Yahweh. It means he who exists.
Yahweh.
So when you say God, that's just saying ruler or divine one.
And when you tell a white person that name, you know what they do? Oh, no, that's not true. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, the Bible says God's name is dreadful to the heathen.
I know.
That's why, like, when we say the name Yahweh, you've never heard it anywhere else except for from
I
us.
got a question for y'all.
Oh my God.
The word hallelujah, supposedly, if you take it all the way back in history, is really a twist for Christianity to where they're sitting here saying hallelujah, but hallelujah really is kind of praising the devil to some sense. I have to find it and I'll send it to you, the little thing of what I found.
It's 'cause
But
it's like
it's remember I showed it to
yeah,
you.
it's back into like some language.
And back in the Hebrew language and everything else, but it's twisted to where it kind of symbolizes praising the devil.
It says yes, God.
But it's the way-
No, yes, devil.
Yeah, it's like a twist to it.
I would have to see it because Yah at the end, that's literally Yahweh. It's short for Yah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's where the beginning part of it is what's twisted.
Okay.
Is what it says.
I would like to look into that.
Yeah, let me see
But-
if I can find it.
But yeah, let's get this for you, brother.
Break it down to it. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can
start
find
to see. I want the whole thing.
Oh, it's just about me.
Yeah, about Issachar.
Okay, get this.
Oh God.
it.
I was hoping I didn't need it.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'll start at 62. Verse 62. And ye shall be left, few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy God. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good, and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. And ye shall be plucked from off the land whither you goest to possess it. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Want to get the breakdown on that?
Talking about serving wood and stone?
Yeah,
Or
get the breakdown on it.
So the whole not obeying the God's laws and stuff. He said he was gonna scatter the nation of Israel, and to the point where they will serve other gods, even wood and stone. So the wood, which you would know as today, would be the cross. That's yeah, and then the stone, what's that called? The copperstone is the Islam. Yeah, they go there and they praise it and they kiss it and all that
Yeah, I know
stuff.
the big black stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
The
that.
herpes rock.
Yeah.
Herpes, right? Yeah.
Now people get herpes from that rock all the time.
Yeah, 'cause they put all that
For real, yeah.
So yeah, that's part of the curses. We would not only be scattered all over the earth, but we would serve idols as a result. And if you're serving another god, isn't that putting another god before the Most High? Isn't that a sin in and of itself?
Yeah.
And won't that perpetuate your slavery? Yes, it will. So whenever we're put into a position of bondage, the Most High God literally puts obstacles for us to overcome. That's why we have to repent. When we repent, we overcome those obstacles. Putting away an idol and serving the Most High, that's an obstacle. You know what I'm saying? Loving one another. And, treasuring each other over the heathen, that's another obstacle. You know what I'm saying?
And like me and Mr. Gary be talking about, in our black community, we always a competition. Who got the baddest shoes? Who got the newest clothes? Who got the biggest cars and the biggest rims? And whose system bumped the hardest? But what you fail to realize, like, Donald Trump, he's doing some stuff right now with the Hispanics. One thing I can say about the Hispanics, it could be 12 of them folks living in one house.
Yep.
And they
Let's stick
know
together.
how to work together, and they all got brand new cars, money in their pockets, can do what they want to do, whatever, because they work together. But if us as black folks come together and do the same, well, we can run this world.
Now, the leading tribe of Israel is who?
The leading.
Out of all 12 tribes, which tribe is at the helm? What tribe did Christ come out of?
Judah.
Judah.
Right.
So Judah is the kingly tribe.
Okay, see, I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to be rude.
You
So.
okay? Now, if you wanted to kill a snake, what do? You
Cut his head off.
You cut his head off.
Yeah, and his body still wiggle, but his head gone.
That's right.
Yeah.
So no matter how much the body moves around, it's to no benefit of the whole snake
Without the head.
without the head.
That's right.
So if the Most High God wanted to destroy the Israelites without killing them all, what would he do?
Take Judah out. The whole tribe of Judah.
Yep. And what would he do without killing Judah?
Make us suffer.
Well,
Put us
he
in,
would smite us with madness.
in the brain, yeah.
Get that curse from me in Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah, you're right. Like,
Now, the reason why I'm taking you back to these curses, because if you filter our condition through these curses,
it matches.
it matches completely.
It does, because we don't think that we can become anything greater. We fall in love with bitches and hoes and money, and that's false idolment, versus praising God and putting faith in God that we can become something. Like I was telling Mr. Gary, I should have been a project of my environment because of everything I've been through, but somewhere down the road, God gave me the strength inside, but I prayed all the time. I said, God, give me the strength. Let me keep going. Don't let me be folded and broke.
Oh, praise. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you get heated.
Says Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, and thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in the darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Yeah, and that is exactly what goes on. Number one, you have no fathers in the homes, so the mothers are raising men to be sissies. They're spoiled. They don't know what it is to stand up and be a man in the world today. You have people that are on the block on a regular on drug addictions and broken down because they can't deal with the struggle because they don't have faith. They're always in competition. We're killing our own people. Like, we don't know how to unify.
That's
Show love.
all in that chapter.
Yeah.
Whenever you get home, sister, read Deuteronomy 28.
20, text me 25.
Yeah.
Start at
You know I have numeric dyslexia, so I'm gonna go looking for 82 or something.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. Read from 1. Because the thing is, a lot of times we start from 15, where it says, if we break God's laws, the curses start. And then we read all the curses, but we never read all the blessings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that we need to start encouraging our people to do more.
Yeah.
Because if we keep God's commandments, we can't even imagine being in the environment that God has for us.
And it's crazy. Out of all the people, because I had a whole lot of haters and I had a whole lot of people that love me back in Memphis. I have 2 people, only 2. One, he's still in the streets, but he tell me on the daily, because I be like, bro, I want to come back to Memphis because the land's so cheap. I can just buy me a piece of
Don't
land.
come back here.
He tell me, he said, bro, you doing good where you at? Stay where you at. Don't
come
come back here. My other best friend, me and him ran streets, did drugs together, did everything together. And he told me, he said, bro, he called me one day. I hadn't told for almost a year. He said, bro, I'm driving trucks. I said, bro, that's crazy because I'm going down the same path right now. Me and him are like, we ended up seeing each other all the way in Utah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of him and he proud of me. But all of those other people fell off and they hate on me. But they're like, but you got this money now, why don't you send me something? Bruh, hold up. When I was down bad, you was influencing me to continue to do bad. Now that I'm up here, I can show you how to get here, but I'm not gonna pave the way for you. I'm not gonna spoil you to the point where I just give it to you. You gotta work for it just like I did. Because at the end of the day, I got 1, 2, 3, and me. That's 4 people that I have to provide for. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, and I notice a lot in our community of our black folks, and is that they don't want to go through the struggle that they have to do to get where they want to be. They expect it just to and just hit them.
Anytime a man's giving something for free, you don't have to work for it.
You don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate it. For my example,
Yeah, he sent mommy a
dude, you burnt up 2 of my cars.
Hey, get me a man who doesn't take care of his family is worse than an infidel.
Yeah, I already know. Trust me, I
But
know.
we gonna get it for the camera though.
Oh yeah, the gold car belonged to my son, and the other car was for her.
and the black one.
You didn't just take from me; you took from my children. But you,
Yeah.
as a man, don't even have biological
The
children.
black one's
But you
mine.
married me and my kids, and you took from them. That's not really a man. You are the devil disguised in flesh form, and you try to destroy what God had put as a blessing for you, right in your face, and you.
I'm gonna tell you though, it's likely a lesson so that you know the stock of men to choose from.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not telling you to choose from us, but
No,
get an Israelite man, a
no,
man who
that's my
knows who he
brother.
is.
That's my brother anyway.
Yo, praise. But this is what we try to tell our sisters.
Yeah.
Get a man who knows not only who he is, but how to serve his God.
That's right.
Because
That's
if a man knows how to serve his God, I know the moment I have relations with a woman, I'm married to her. I don't need a ceremony to start doing what I'm supposed to do as a man.
And in all reality, that ring, that the ceremony and everything is really not of God. It's a covenant with the end that you take with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you have,
Once tab A goes into slot B, Right.
listen,
You're married.
once the hot dog goes into the bun and you add the chili, it's over.
yeah, it's
There
over.
you
Well,
go.
no, it's soon as they meet each other. That's why if a woman's a virgin, there's blood.
That's right.
And that's why most cultures around the earth, you have to have the tokens of a woman's virginity. You have to bring the bed sheet out and go, hey, she was a virgin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
But
if
the-
she wasn't a virgin, it's all disgraceful to the whole family.
well, according to the Bible, if that woman's not a virgin, she'd be put to death
Yeah.
Right.
for sowing whoredom amongst the Israelites.
That's right.
But go ahead and get this real quick.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. But if any man provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel.
So like you're saying, a man came into your household as a husband and married you, but yet destroyed tokens of wealth that would go to your children. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I would recommend you do, sister, is get a bill of divorce.
Oh yeah, I'm going to file for that.
Yeah.
Why he? Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, go ahead and get that
I'm
bill of
going
divorce.
Monday morning, because I could be able to sleep Sunday, and then I could go in on Monday early, first thing in the morning, and then I could get my paperwork, get it filled out during the week, and then the following Monday go and get him served while he's sitting up in the jailhouse. So I ain't got to track him down or hunt him down or nothing. And then I think while he being in jail, it only cost me $1 to file for it.
I'll pray.
Okay, all praises. Now,
So-
what I would also recommend is keep track of when he's getting out.
Oh, I am.
That way,
I am.
you know, because at some point you probably gonna want to up and move and try to
Oh, I
disappear a
am.
little bit.
I am. Now, you know what though? I know God got his hands around me. You know what I'm
All
saying?
praises, all praises.
And honestly, like right now, he's weeping what he sowed, because you told me you hoped I died. You threatened my life, told me you'd knock my top off. The police didn't know what the hell I was talking about when I said that, but we know what that means. And then turned around and lit 2 of my cars on fire. Not even the distance from where me and you were standing is how close it was to the side of the building. They would have blew up the whole, my kids, this one and her was up in that house while me and him was on the truck.
Flames can jump, so we don't even have to.
Exactly. And then underneath me, my neighbor, her old man was right there, and her 2 daughters were in the room. So you would have killed all those people. My neighbor.
How old is he?
He's 44.
44?
44.
He too old to be doing that shit.
I thought women go fuck up men's cars.
Give me just because a man is old don't mean he's wise.
No, I don't.
Holy shit.
He's a fool because he's following a path of destruction.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm gonna tell you, that's one of the things that the Most High God hates: an old fool
Exactly.
who's chasing after women and cheating.
And that's the thing. I told him. I used to tell him on her daily. I say, I said, as a man, your position is to provide, not just financially, emotionally, peace around me, because then I can manifest behind you as your helper. And
Can I help you real quick with that? If you have to tell a man that, it'll never work. I tell my wife this all the time. Yes, you mean well. You can advise a man, you can support a man, but you cannot lead a man. What you have to do is you have to get him to the source
That's what
of
I'm-
manhood.
That's what I was trying
But
to do.
if he refuses to do that, then at that point, it's like, hey, we probably need to part ways.
And that was the crazy thing, because we went through the marriage counseling through the church, right? It's a book called Re-Engage. It's a book, and I have the book still so I can share it, but it's even good for people, just for you as an individual, to re-engage within your life if you've been through trauma, different things.
Okay.
And the first book, we went through it, what is love? My answer was, love is unconditional. Whether I like you or I don't, I still care and concern for the well-being of you as a person, and I want the best for you regardless. His interpretation was, oh, you care for someone, or, a feeling. Which, love is an action.
Right.
You show action behind love. Watch out. You show action behind love to show love. Love is an emotion that you feel, but you show it through your action.
Can we show you what love is according to the Bible?
Go ahead.
Let's go and get it. Yeah, get that real quick.
Job chapter 32, verse 9. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment.
So great men are not always wise, and elder men don't always understand judgment.
Right.
Sometimes a man could be an old fool,
That's right. And then,
right?
and this
But hold on, let's get that other one because I want to show you, right? Because, yeah, 1 John. Because I want to show you what love is according to the Bible, 1 John 5.
Yeah, go ahead.
1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Keep on.
For whatsoever is born of God overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. Who is he that overcometh?
Where's
This is the love of God that we keep his commandments. Is that up? Yeah, do 2 or 3.
sorry, Slocky.
1 John chapter 5, verse 2.
What they doing? I don't know. That's what.
they got out this car right
1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Love is discipline. You discipline yourself too.
But according to the Bible, love is only keeping God's commandments and then how we keep God's commandments in relation to one another.
Right.
That's why if you read give me Leviticus 19:16 real quick. Like, one of the things that you have to understand when it comes to keeping God's commandments, you have commandments that govern how we deal with each other socially as well.
Exactly, and that's what he would tell me on a daily. Oh, I love you, and I said, no, you don't. Show me.
Yeah.
And the reason being is when I speak to you and tell you how I feel, and you yell and cuss and scream, God said treat your wife as Jesus treated the church, right? So Jesus laid his whole body down to die for the church, regardless of what they said and how people treated him. He listened, he heard, and he just surrendered. So as a man, you are supposed to do the same for your wife. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a wife who is loyal, honest, and has the best well-being for you. You know, everything she say ain't going to be peaches and cream. When she see you lacking in somewhere and she speak on it, sometimes you should listen. I mean,
Now, I'm not saying you don't do those things, but as a black man who is married to a black woman, sometimes it's not what you say.
it's how you say
It's how you say it, and then your timing.
Now, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Okay, for instance, I'll be humble when I say things the first time. You say you hear me and you ignore me and you continue doing the same thing, especially when it's directly at me and it's affecting me. I'm not going to always stay humble.
Okay.
Because, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I am still only human. I'm not perfect. I get to my end and I'm like, look, that's it. It got to a point that I literally just be like, when he start, everybody shut the fuck up talking to me, just go on. And I just walk up. He got to that point. But I started, like I told Mr. Gary, I started with talking, then I started with arguing, then I started with trying to plead, and then I got quiet. And I went through all the stages to the point I gave up.
I get it. And what I'm not trying to do is say one person is wrong, one person is right.
Is it?
But at the same time, though, you got to remember, we're existing under the curses. There's actually a curse that we didn't read. We're going to get it after this if y'all got more time. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
You got 8 more minutes.
I came to support him. You know what I'm saying? He's been.
Sirach, chapter 4, verse 30. Be not as a lion in thy house, nor frantic among thy servants.
So when it says for a man to not be as a lion in his house and to not be frantic among his servants, as a man, I'm not supposed to be like throwing my weight like a gorilla and always threatening and yelling and cursing.
No, I'm gonna tell you how we say it in New Orleans. You ain't gotta chime up on me. Pipe that shit down. You know what I'm saying?
I got
Now
you.
you acting like a little round. You know what I'm saying? Instead of big round. You like to us. See, I understand the concept. As a woman, it's natural for me to submit. But like I had told Mr. Gary, when you submit to a man who's not leading you right and you know that it's not right, you're just as fucking foolish as that man. But if you say, hey, look, God said to test the spirits of all men, right? So if you sit here and you telling me this, that, and sure, so for instance, there was an incident I had been telling him for almost a whole year. Stop stealing when you're around me. You want to go do that shit by yourself? Go. But when you're in the store with me, don't do that shit because I don't want to get in trouble. Kept on telling them, kept on doing it. We go to Walmart. I'm CT from Walmart, right by my house. I got to come all the way to San Antonio to go to Walmart now because I was guilty by association because you put me in that fucking position.
I used to work at Walmart. I know they do
Well,
that.
my daughter was there. My daughter was scared as shit.
Were y'all sitting in the back room with the cops and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in that position too. I had a friend who was stealing from the BX. I'm a military kid. And I was sitting back there, and actually they took us to the police department.
6 minutes.
Yeah, but I didn't get charged with them. But still, though, yeah. Hey, they was trying. If my dad wasn't a master sergeant, man, it would have been. Yeah, he had enough rank. But anyway.
6 minutes, guys.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. But if the
So pretty much he blessed by because of the sanctification of me.
Well, here's the smart though.
But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God hath called us to peace.
So,
And I kept saying that. What I said, I kept wanting. I want my peace back. I want my peace back.
Now, I'm going to tell you, you heard that last part. The Most High God said if he going to leave, let him go.
I did.
Now, if he going to prison because he did some of his own volition, let him go.
Now, hold on. I let him go before he went to prison.
Even better.
And then after I let him go, he couldn't deal with his own emotions, so he came back and burnt the shit up. And then I told the police, you better catch that motherfucker before I do.
Okay,
When he
all
gets
right.
home, you just ignore that shit.
And I mean what I said. But once I'm like this. Mind you, I am a Virgo. I don't believe 100% in the horoscope thing, but I do believe that based upon the time of the year that you are born, you do carry certain traits because of weather and different stuff. You know, it's just who you are. Now, on a level like this, me personally, I will detach from you emotionally before I leave you physically. And I will try every which way that I can make it come together. And if I can't make it work, I just gotta walk away. So I have no more sympathy, compassion, any of that kind of feelings. Period, no more. It's like, dude, you could have killed my kids. So whatever the fuck happened to you, peace.
Can
I don't
say
care.
something?
what you want to say? You gotta say it in the mic, right here.
God is great.
He sure is.
Oh, yes.
All praise.
All praise.
Give me prognosticators in the Bible. I'm trying to figure. I don't remember what it is, but when it comes to like astrology and stuff like that, I do have to say, sister, that's a pagan custom.
It is. It is.
So, but the thing is, the Most High God formed you in the belly, and He knew everything about you. So, are there patterns to God's work? Certainly. You know, like people know that I was born in February. You know, so you read the stuff about Aquarius, you go, oh, that's me. But everybody does that.
It
You know
does
what I'm
line
saying?
up with you though,
But
to a
it-
certain point. And I think what it is, they add, you know, like in Revelations, it says, "What do not add or take away from this word." So when it comes to the horoscope, I believe that certain parts of it are true,
wanna come
but
look at the
man
float,
has
or-
added and taken from and created a whole.
But just remember, when it comes to horoscopes, the Most High God, everything that you do, every breath you take, is according to His whim. Before we get that, give me Proverbs 20 and 24. We gonna wrap it up, y'all, because I know it's cold. We want to leave too. Shit, y'all want to
I
leave.
gotta let you hear that video too.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Go ahead and get it.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
And then get that in Job, the way of man is not a good soul.
So I just want to show you, like, the horoscopes, all that stuff. I would stop even listening to it.
Oh yeah, I don't listen to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making
But
sure.
it's crazy because everybody I come across that is a Virgo, we are all similar in some way, form, or fashion.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by, I do believe to a certain point, like we're petty, we're picky, we like things to be an organization. If it's out of whack, it freaks us out. Like,
I can see that.
we are loving to a full extent, to the point we'll put people before we put ourselves, until it gets to that point where we're about to lose ourselves, then we snap
I
back.
have to say something.
Like, that's a Virgo all day long. And every Virgo I've ever come across,
Probably one more.
similarities.
No.
Okay.
I'll say something.
8, 9,
What's up,
10.
man?
She does listen to that stuff. She tried to make me
No, I
listen
don't.
to it.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I
Like,
don't.
oh,
You gonna blow up the spot on your mouth?
Virgo is strong. It's so,
ratted you out.
and this and that.
No, I don't go reading
About to
no
get a whip video
horoscopes.
on.
Yes, you do.
No,
Sound
on
set you
Facebook, no. You know how on Facebook people will put their little videos up there, not listening to actually what the horoscopes are saying for the day. But I be like, dang, what they just said is really true because that's like how I am.
24/7.
But I'm not going to read and research into no darn horoscope.
I have a question. And I'm gonna put it in a way that you're gonna obviously say, don't do that. If your son came home and he had the Satanic Bible and he said, "Hey, my friend believes in this, but I'm just reading it for
I'm
homework."
gonna tell you, get the fuck out of my house.
That's right. So if you're sending a horoscope video to somebody,
No, I don't
and-
send it. I didn't send it.
But you know what I mean.
I be scrolling. I just be, because I don't even post a lot of shit. I just go watch.
But you
I'm
send it
just
to what's it
like,
called?
But if you're watching it, that's somebody else's book. Technically, it's the same thing.
You're right.
So all I'm trying to tell you, sister, is represent the values that you want them to have too.
yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Again, we're up here to reprove, because guess what? We got to be reproved too.
I caught it.
I tell my brothers all the time, my weakness, and it's always been this way, is women. It's always been hoes.
One more
Right?
minute.
So what do I keep myself away from? Hoes.
Yeah.
Because I can't be trusted. I just can't be trusted. Look, and my wife, she laughs because I tell my wife, we're very open. And she knows the life that I used to come from.
Hoes and different
But-
areas.
but-
Hoes.
But she knows if I'm about to be driving around at night and going to places, 'cause I'm a certified massage therapist. If all of a sudden I say, hey, baby, I'm going to this woman's house at 9 p.m. on a Saturday, it's a hell no.
Oh, fuck no.
But see, the thing is, that's because I've let my wife know who I am and my weaknesses. She can support me.
That's
You
right.
see what I'm saying? We're almost done, King. But give me that real quick.
Let me finish this last one, y'all. We'll come back next
Hush.
Saturday.
Hey, everyone.
It's Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23.
I hear
O
the bell.
Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in the man that walketh to direct his steps. O Lord, correct me, but with judgment, not in thy anger, lest thou bring me to nothing.
That's all we need.
So we're just trying to let you know that all these horoscopes, not saying you do believe or don't believe, but just know as an Israelite, every step that you take and every thought that you have, God
See,
said that in you.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. I believe in opening your third eye around the universe around you, which is also becoming closer to God. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our black people have their third eye shut. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know how to, like, okay, how can I put this? You can project by how you move in life into the universe to make things unfold for your betterness. But it all depends on how you move, how you are, and how you treat other people around you, and who you have around you. Because
Mexico
you have
did
negative
the
vibes
first.
around you, they can close their mouths and they can shrink you around. Like,
November 20th.
I would tell people, I'm gonna do this, 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 and this.
2018
People like, bro, that's too
in
much. You ain't gonna get there.
Bro.
I shut down social media, get away
I
from
can't
people,
pronounce it.
isolate to just what's important right here, and I
Ton.
focus, and I stay on
Shin.
it.
There you
And it
go.
come- it-
Of
it
San
happens.
Antonio.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying you ain't gonna face obstacles in your way, but it's all about, like you said earlier, keeping those negatives away from you.
I'm gonna say this: as somebody who used to do a whole lot of psychedelics, I know your third eye exists. However, guess what? It's not for you to use.
No.
I have a question for you. When you have a computer, what if you were typing on your computer and your computer all of a sudden said, you know what, I'm going to type right now, I'm going to play Minesweeper.
Right.
I'm going to print a bunch of pages that just say gibberish.
So what happens if you do use them?
Well, you mess it up.
So what is it for?
It's basically like a port for God to literally interface with you. Get me when you sleep, God seals your instructions. Because don't your dreams come from your third eye? Yeah, they do.
Now let me ask you, I got a question.
No, hold on. Let's read this first because it might even answer your question.
Okay.
Because when I say psychedelics, DMT, salvia, LSD, all that type of stuff, that was the stuff I used to love to do. But I realized once I started reading the Bible, that stuff was driving me crazy.
You were opening your third eye.
Not only was I opening it, it never shut. So you're peeking behind the curtain, a curtain that you're not supposed to be able to look behind.
That's why when people be on drugs and they be talking about I see demons and I see this and I see
They're
that,
not lying.
They're not lying. You don't remove that gloss up off your eyes.
That's
and
right.
You see everything.
Now my question is, sister, should they have done that?
Fuck no.
No.
Because now they can attach to you and they can get in you. And now you are walking trying to get your life back right, but you also
Where you
not
going?
realizing you got demons in you that done tapped onto you because you done allowed them to come around you.
That is true.
And what do they seek off of? Your fear? Because you're supposed to have faith.
No, I'm going to help you. The thing they seek after is your rebellion against God.
That too.
Long as you're in rebellion, it don't matter if you're fearful or you're brave about
But
it.
if you were doing right by God, you should not have no.
But how can you do right when you're doing something to open your third eye that you shouldn't be doing?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
See, there's always a catch-22. Yes, you have a third eye, but guess what, sister? We shouldn't even know about it. Because it's not your place nor mine to do anything with it. And we won't prove it.
Job chapter 3, verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their
And do
instruction.
what?
And sealeth their instruction.
God tells me what to do.
He sealeth their instruction,
Keep going.
that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man.
Did you hear that? Reread that verse again.
That he may withdraw man from his purpose,
God takes you from what you think you're supposed to do, and
hide pride from man.
he takes away you saying, I did this.
No, I always give it all to God.
Yeah, but-
God gave me the strength to wake up and put my feet on the
But
ground.
you can do that, but most people who, when they say, I did this, they really mean, I did this.
And you did because God gave you the ability to do it.
That's right.
That's right.
Finish it out.
All praise.
He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. He is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones with strong pain, so that his life abhorreth. That's it.
No, that's it. That's more than it.
Okay.
But still, though, it said a little bit extra. So the Most High God can even chasten you when you sleep. Have you ever done something wrong and you start having reoccurring nightmares until you get it right?
Now, no.
No.
No, I'm gonna tell you like I told you about my gift. I have a gift. I don't drink. On a regular, I do not. When I do dream, it's telling me something. About 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks prior to when my husband, when I put him out, I had a what you would call a nightmare, but I know better because God, and he talks about it in the word that he communicates through dreams to you. And he tells you, if you're wise enough to listen, what is going on, what's going to happen, whatever. Now, do you know when? No, probably not. But if you pay attention and you really, truly in with God, he's going to show you. I had a dream that I was burning. And I was yelling out to my husband to pull me out. And he stood at the top and looked at me and just left me there. What did I tell you on Sunday night, you and Deshaun? I said, we might need to sleep in the living room. To what? To my cars. I had it in my gut. I knew. There was a car in my dream. Sitting up there by him. I seen my cars. And it was like I was in the apartment, but the apartment had fell. And I was in a hole where the apartment sits, and my cars were here, and he was standing right there. And it was burning. And I could feel heat, like I woke up sweat. I knew then he wasn't to be trusted. It was something about him, get the fuck away from me. That's not the first time. I sleep, and I'm not at peace. When I sleep, I'm tossing, turning, always hot. When my body touch his, it's like wherever it touched, I would sweat. Like, and it wasn't like that in the beginning. And it would literally, he would put so much heat off, I didn't want him to touch me. Like it was uncomfortable. Since he been gone, I go to sleep lay like this, I wake up still laying just like that. Don't move.
Okay.
So, like, and it's not the only, like, I've had other dreams, like, things that have been foretold to come true, but it always comes in a twist where it doesn't just show you exactly, you know what I'm saying, how it's supposed to be. But there be nights I don't have no dreams. For months, I won't dream nothing, and if I do, I'm not remembering it. But when I do, it's something for telling me something.
Right.
Give me that in Job 33 and 14. Like, the Most High God, like you said, he speaks through dreams. And some dreams they're just for your enjoyment. Some of them are memories of time past. Some of them are times to come. And some of them are direct warnings.
Yeah.
Right? Check this out.
That's right there. We did? Yeah. You sure? I thought we read Jeremiah. No, we're Job. Read again, shit. Read again.
So my dream was telling me he was going to catch my cars on fire.
Well, it came to pass.
And it did.
Yes.
Job chapter 33, verse 14. For God speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed.
That's all we do. Right.
So you got first-hand account of what that is.
God do that to me all the time. He been doing that to me when I was, like I told him, my mama wicked.
Mhm.
My mama did witchcraft before she got pregnant with me, while she was pregnant with me. Around the age of about 5, I woke up and a witch was right in my front. I couldn't see it because I was stuck like this. And when our house set was on the corner, and when a car turned the corner, the lights come through, and I had a mirror on top of my dresser where I saw her. The same witch, I saw her 2 other times, sitting in the corner at the top of the room. I seen the man with no face. I don't know if you call it death or what it is. I did some research on it, and it does say that the witch and him go together somehow. I'm not the only child. My neighbor downstairs said her daughter was screaming about this, waking up talking about it. I seen him before my daddy got sick and died. I seen it's an evil entity that's supposed to come like a smoke into your room. I would wake up out of my sleep and have handprint bruises on me. My daddy would go around the house, give me a hand, trying to see who did it. Nobody hands prints matched up to it, and I was telling him, and he thought I was crazy.
Can we get 3 other things for you real quick before you go?
Yeah.
Because this will explain a little bit. Get me. It's going to be in Tobit, but first go to Ephesians chapter 4, and you know what? Start at 11. We'll just get right to the point.
4:11.
Yeah, 'cause I've been trying to get answers on that for a long time.
We got you.
And it went from me, it tried to kill my son, it tried to take him to a road, the same witch. It fucked with her. He would sit up in the dark and talk to it. And when he was 2 years old, it tried, and I asked him, I said, why you go by the road? He said, Mommy, the eye, my friend, my eye. And his grandmother, her grandmother, draw a picture the next day and showed me the picture. He said, Mommy, friend, eye. And it was the same witch I saw when I was a little girl.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. But here's the thing, though. There is no enchantment against Jacob. But that's when you're keeping God's commandments. If you're not aware of the commandments to keep, even though you don't mean to be in sin, you still are. And when you're in sin, that opens you up to
But
all
at
types
5
of
years old.
Yeah. The Most High God doesn't stall anybody out.
But I wasn't doing nothing. I was being a little
But your
girl.
parents were.
My mama was.
And why you think the Spirit didn't do that to you? Didn't have the clearance to. Give me Job 1 real quick.
But it bruised me in my sleep. I would wake up with bruises.
Okay. We're going to show you. The devil can be giving clearance to do things to you, and you ain't done nothing wrong.
Because of the curses of my
No,
parents.
get where Satan comes to God.
About Job. I know the whole story of Job.
Well, so you know that Satan went to God.
Yeah,
And
and he
God-
asked him, and God didn't give him instruction to touch him, and then he kept trying to test him, took everything from him, and
But
then
hold on,
finally-
we're skipping forward. Remember, Satan didn't bring up Job. God said, hey, have you seen my servant
Yeah.
Job? And how he eschews evil and he's perfect? And that's when Satan said he's only perfect because you give him everything that he wants. If
Let
you
me
ta-
test him.
Yeah, if you
Test
take
the
all that
spirit.
from him, he'll curse you to your face.
Yeah, that
And
was
the
my
Most High
favorite
God
book.
was like,
I
all
read
right,
it.
cool, bet that.
See, he has what he needed in the flesh.
Yeah.
So he's testing the spirit
He
to make
didn't
sure
have no
that the
reason
spirit,
to do
the flesh,
wrong.
yeah, the flesh
Yeah.
wasn't.
All right, so if you already know that, then let's go back to go to Tobit. We gonna get that. You remember the woman who had that spirit with her and killed 7 of her paramours? Yeah, I'm gonna get that for you right now. It's like Tobit 7. I think, something. Because when you say people be having spirits with them, you ain't lying.
No, I'm not. No, I catch my mama when I used to be around her. She'd be looking at me like this with her head down. And I said, Mom, why are you looking at me? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Wicked. Like, you that feeling that you're from the back of your neck down to your feet just tingle. Like it's something. Yeah, it's something there. Even as an adult, when I would go stay at her house, visit her or whatever, I would feel, if I turned the lights off, it felt like something was right behind me chasing.
Yeah, get that. I'm looking through it, man. I'm too cold to see this.
Tobit chapter 7, verse 11. I have given my daughter in marriage to 7 men who died that night they came in unto her. Nevertheless, for the present be married. But Tobias said, I will eat nothing here till we agree and swear one to another.
Now, I want to go to the part where he has he has Tobias do a ritual that basically makes the spirit flee. So hold on one second. Yeah, give me 8 and 3. As a matter of fact, just start at 1.
Tobias chapter 8, verse 1. And when they had supped, they brought Tobias in unto her. And as he went, he remembered the words of Raphael, and took the ashes of the perfumes, and put the heart and the liver of the fish thereupon, and made a smoke therewith. They which smell, when the evil spirit had smelled, he fled into the utmost parts of Egypt, and the angel bound him.
So literally, he had to do a ritual to have that spirit run away and decouple from basically Ragu. How do you say his name? Raguel or something like that? Raguel. But his daughter, that spirit had to flee and then be bound.
Now I'm gonna tell you what I did. I talked to my grandmother when it happened with my son, almost killed him. Because I felt the presence of an angel go through me.
Okay.
And I was running, like I came up out my shoes, took off running, and I just said, God, I ain't gonna make it. Please get my baby. And something went through me, and I hit the ground. I couldn't. It was hard for me to pick my arms up after that. Like it took the energy from me. Her daddy said that he felt like something picked him up and carried him. Mind you, he had a necklace on with Jesus' head with the crown on it, a silver necklace, and the necklace broke. And we found the chain. We never could find that pendant. Never found that pendant.
Was it you said it was a cross?
No, it's the
Oh.
face of Christ.
It was
Face
the
of Christ?
Face of Christ.
Yeah, that's an idol. God got rid of that shit.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. But check it. And it was this picture, like something looking like this, but with the thorns in the head.
Yeah.
And when it hit him, he said it felt like his feet came off the ground. When he grabbed that baby and spun around, the truck that was coming, the mirror hit him in the back.
Yeah.
Like he had cracked rib and everything from back here. Like I called my grandma because my grandma down there in New Orleans, and so I talked to them. And I went through my house. I opened every window, every door, and I got the word of God. I start reading, and I got salt because they say salt. Like my grandma say, use salt. Salt is something that pushes demonic. They don't like it for some reason. So I'm throwing salt through the whole house, every window, every door. After I did everything, I throw it, go around, and I told it. I said, listen, I'm not Linda. I don't know what you're looking for here, but whatever you are, you need to get the fuck out and go to this address where my mom was at and go back to where it came. And after that, I never heard from him again.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. The Most High God had mercy on you. Because who directs those spirits? Give me 1 Kings 22. Did you know God gives orders to the good and the bad spirits?
Yeah.
So why do you think that evil spirit was on you? Because God sent it.
To test me? For what?
Well, I don't know. Ask God.
He had been with me since I was a little girl.
I know. Ask God. Have you ever prayed to God, why is this thing here? And used God's real name?
That, no. Because I didn't learn that
Now,
until
hold
after the
on.
fact.
Baby steps, baby steps.
I didn't learn that until after the fact.
Okay, now baby steps. Now, how you going to demand answers from somebody you don't know their real name? This is not an accusation. I'm just trying to bring you up to speed
No, you're
on
right.
how God has stood there for you, even though you didn't know his name.
That's right.
Keep it in mind.
Start
What you
with
got?
20 or-
Yeah, get that.
1 Kings chapter 22, verse 20. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?
Gilead. Go up a little bit where it says, yeah, that one. 19.
1 Kings 22, verse 19. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him, on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit, and stood before the Lord, and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
Give me Isaiah 45 and 7.
So the Most High God had his court of angels. You know how people say Isaiah 45:7. But you know how people say left hand magic, right hand magic? Right hand is supposed to be righteous. Left hand is wicked. So the Most High God has his angels on the right hand and on the left. And he's asking all of them, hey, who gonna go and make sure this king dies in this battle?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, any takers? And you have various spirits go, oh, I got an idea. Oh, me, I got an idea. I'll be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And then God sanctions the behavior. He's like, hey, go ahead and go do that. That'll work. So when it comes to evil angels, evil spirits, spiritual afflictions, hell, even physical afflictions. Because physical comes from the spiritual, does it not?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. So everything that happens here is of God. Everything. That's why I had to ask you, did you ask God by his real name? In the name of his son?
No, see, I didn't go to church for the first time. I had a best friend, and her grandma came into town, and she was like, "Well, I can't play this weekend because I'm going to church with my grandma." And I said, "What's church?" She said, "Well, we little kids. She don't know how to." She's like, "They be running around dancing and catching the Holy Spirit, whatever." And so I'm like, "Cool, I won't go." I see God for myself as a child first. this was about when I was about 6 years old, because my daddy was still alive, because my mom told me, fuck no, you can't go. And my daddy said, man, fuck you, let the girl go. She want to go talk to God, let her go. You know what I'm saying? And so I went to church for the first time. My mama, when she got married to my pops before they got divorced, they were together for a long time. She was going to church, but she was like it just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as her and my pop separated, she went right back to doing all the bullshit. But I did talk to my grandmother, like when I got 18, when that stuff happened. My grandma told me, sit down, let's talk. I'm gonna tell you the real. Supposedly, my mama, before I was born, when she had me in her womb, was trying to sacrifice to what's beneath.
Yeah,
So, and I talked to a Catholic priest, because you know they deal with that kind of crap,
Yes, they
and
do.
which they do. And he was telling me, he said, either one or two things: either your mama's trying to drain you, or she done pissed something off, and on that realm playing with them spirits, and it's after you because they smell more than they can visually see. And being that she had you in her stomach around that time, you and her cross binded. And then he said, but there is a possibility that she could have tried to offer you to the devil so that she can have fortune or whatever, which she did for a while. And as I've been working on me, my mom has lost everything that she came about. She's sitting in prison right now on a federal case for something that she did with the real estate and stuff.
Give me your covenant with hell shall be disowned in Isaiah.
So I don't think so much as it was something I did, you know, but I do believe that, like God says, that your children's children shall bear the curses of things that you.
That's right.
So my mom, because of the things that she did, cursed me and my kids. But I have a choice to let it affect me or keep strong with God. And that's how I broke that curse. Because I've had a lot of people tell me on a regular that know my family and stuff. They're like, bro, you broke that curse. You did it. You ain't got that ties no more. And I'm like, bro, how you even know? Okay, we finna go.
We about to wrap it up because I know it's really cold.
And
But
she got to pee.
yeah, can y'all come back next Saturday or Saturday after?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll be here. But
Where
we
my phone? Who got my phone? I don't know. Who got me?
I want to bring this one thing out. Before, this will be the last one.
Go get my phone so I can let him see that video. Oh.
Yeah, I'll go and get.
Yeah, it is. It is freaking cold.
It's Isaiah chapter 28, verse 18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it.
So the Most High God in the final judgment is going to disannul everyone's covenant with death, hell, Satan, however you want to phrase it. But some of us do have a covenant that has been made with left-hand powers, whether it was made by you or your parents or whatever. And those covenants, you have to break those covenants.
And I'm going to be honest. Remember I told you about anything that deal with the entities and the playful of that realm? Mind you, I tell everybody, if you believe in God, there is a devil.
Yeah.
You believe. Like, you can say, oh, that witchcraft ain't true and bullshit.
The Bible tells you it's true.
It's true.
Yeah,
And my mom has this chest. It's a burgundy. You remember them old school two latch with the middle piece?
Mm-hmm.
She's had this chest since she was a little girl. This chest don't age. The clamps don't turn tarnished.
Mm-hmm.
This chest look like it just came out of a store. Don't want nobody to touch it.
Leave it alone.
Nobody to touch it. It was the case. Me and I call him my cousin, but we're the same age. But it's my nephew, my sister's son. Me and him, we were little. My mama was slowly poisoning us. I ended up in the hospital for 4 weeks straight. They were trying to figure out, doing all kind of tests, couldn't figure out. Everything I ate, I threw up and shit it out. Like, it was just, I was so dehydrated. My body couldn't hold food. Come to find out, my daddy got a spirit awakening while he was in his sleep and caught her in the act of poisoning me and my nephew's food. You know, but me and him, he brought something to my attention. He was like, we went one day while she was outside hanging clothes, and we went to the closet to go see what was in that chest because she never let nobody touch it. And when we went close near it to go touch it, her head came around that corner. She said, what y'all doing? Get away from that. She knew. And I do believe there are people on this earth that have that evil and welcomed it in. So you are of that. So like in some sense, I feel like it was an attack to try to break me down too. And my mama to this day hate me out of all three of her kids.
Shall not suffer with
She cannot
there's only
stand
four.
me. She can't stand me because I'm the one that's gonna tell you the real. I don't like who you are. I love you because you're my mom, and I'm gonna always love you. And it better not nobody play with you. But I don't like you. I don't like who you are, and I don't want you around my kids because you're gonna influence them to do wrong.
So how about this? Next Saturday when you come, your homework assignment is to read Deuteronomy 28.
28. Send it to me.
And we'll be here, sister, all right?
All right. Let me take
It's a
out the
pleasure to meet
picture.
you.
Oh, let me show you this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, let us sign out of here real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but y'all, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to let people get back inside, get warm. Call Halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala.
and Mawath Lapabal.
Waslap a ball.
All praise.